We'll sip our worries away, nice and slow. Your laughter ripples like sweet warm wine. In this jazzy sultry space, you're mine. The saxophone croons a velvet tune, while melodies dance beneath the moon. We'll toast to moments both grand and small, in this hazy, lazy, jazz-touched hall. But let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. Your eyes, they sparkle with every click. Sweet rendezvous over a simple drink. We'll share our secrets in whispers low, just you and me where the jazz flows slow. The world outside fades into the mist, but here it's our own dreamy tryst. With each sip our worries drift away. Let's stay together till the break of day. So let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you.
The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, Martini Gallery, and welcome back to Last Call, where it's a brand new year, but it's still a marshmallow world. Tonight, we sip on the highs and lows. Screw that! I have the wrong opening. My apologies. I am a goof. I did not upload my my monologue for tonight, but oh well. It's my birthday. I can do as I please. Welcome, everyone. You know what? I'm gonna do it live. I will read off my my monologue. All right, Martini Gallery, last call. On my 54th year, I am now 55. That's not an age. That's a speed limit in a school zone. I looked in the mirror this morning and it filed noise complaints. My knees now sound like bubble wrap in a library. AARP's been sending me DMs harder than politicians during an election year, sending me magazines about fun crafts for active seniors. I still think active seniors sounds like a vampire on Tinder, but screw it. I don't feel 55, I feel 35. Until I stand up too fast and my back sends me an invoice. Tonight, we're not mourning youth, we are celebrating survival. So raise a glass to the kid who never thought he'd see 30, now old enough to complain about kids these days without irony. To 55, may it be loud, ridiculous, and full of beautiful degenerates like you. Cheers. Now let's party before my bedtime. I actually should say before Aged Boomer's bedtime, because he's already told me he's got to work tomorrow. So there we go. Professional outfit, doing this live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Let me get everybody in here. Let me just get everybody in here. We got a full house tonight. At least those who cared enough about me to come join me on the stream. and Michael's here like, I don't care about you. I just didn't have anything to do tonight.
Man. Look at that. He threw me right under the bus in front of
No,
everyone.
no, that's me being self-deprecating. You know how I am. And in fact, let's go ahead and start. We'll go backwards tonight. We'll start with Michael of Retro Blasting. How you doing, my friend? And what are you sipping on?
Well, as a matter of fact, I actually was so running late, I forgot to bring a drink down. So it's just me teetotaling tonight. But normally I would be drinking Old Overholt. So
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want you to miss out. If you need to go off camera, go fill up a drink, you
well,
absolutely can
I
do
can
that.
totally. I mean, I've got the Kandagawa Jet Girls to fill in for me right here. So I
Oh
can.
God! Now my stream's gonna get struck. Oh no!
No, no, no. Fortunately, it's only if you have the slobbering mysterious girlfriend X. That's
Honestly,
apparently the.
though, it's the whole stream was made, or that particular video was made by you saying Kandagawa Jet Girls.
What a ridiculous show. And yet, oh, the gift that keeps on giving. All right, I'll go get myself a little something. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll start saying hi to everybody else.
All right.
Deleted scenes. You were so eager. You were here last night. How you doing, my friend? And what are you sipping on?
Well, I seem to be on the mend, and at least for the moment, anyway. And I've got some Gatorade.
That is fair, because what do I always say? Drink responsibly and stay hydrated. Gatorade's a great way to stay hydrated. Great, great, great. Age of Boomer, how are you doing? And what are you sipping on, my designated driver?
I'm doing fine. I am sipping on the last of the Christmas apple cider that was still in the fridge.
Christmas wine. How sad. No.
Apple cider.
Apple cider is good. I just saw today, was it Max Miller had a short up talking about something that was Applejack related, and I was like, ooh, strong stuff. Netter of Netters Network, how you doing, my dear, and what are you sipping on? I honestly don't know this time.
I'm just a little tired today, and I'm just sipping on water.
Yeah, I just before the stream, I went upstairs, and she was lights on in the bedroom, and she's lying on my side of the bed, out cold. And I'm like, honey, you okay? She's like, yeah, I was cold. I just wanted to get warm. I'm like, that was 2 hours ago. You fell asleep. She was tired. That's fine. That's fine.
It was 45 minutes.
Okay, whatever. It seemed like a long time because you weren't there. I miss you when you're gone. That's the problem.
I've been tired lately, too.
Let's get up there and say hi to all of the fine people in the chat, starting with PJ of Orville Nation, who, because he is on the other side of the pond, is not going to be able to join us tonight, but he is in the chat at least long enough to say, hey, welcome, PJ. Hashtag Together We Grow. My buddy, my good friend. Big Al of Big Al Presents says, have a happy birthday, Booze Fest. Yes, I plan to get ripped tonight. I really, really do. God bless you, my friend. Hello, everyone, and enjoy the show. Yes, please do that. Please enjoy the show. PJ says, happy birthday. Many blessings, bro. Thank you so much. And Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube and of Fluff Chick Productions, dropping the membership emojis, the fedora, the brown mumbler, the channel logo, and, of course, the Canarble Wagon. Good to see you. Channel member Suzanne, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. So glad you're here. JPRPH1, I think perhaps the first customer in my merch store. If not him, it was the Tired Midnight Blogger, Curtis Selby. Welcome, welcome. Good to see both of you. Longest running superhero RPG on Earth. Speaking of RPGs, I am getting ready to run a Star Wars role-playing game for my RPG group on Wednesday nights. And I'm thinking about maybe doing some sort of a video about it or talking. I don't know.
Maybe the West End rules? Is that what they called it?
Yes, we are using West End rules because I asked the group, I said, which rules, do you think would be best? And two of the guys were like, don't care one way or the other. And the one who's like the diehard goes to Gen Con every year is like, WG. It's got to be WG.
Yeah,
right.
it does. It does have to be WG. That's what I played in my adolescence, and I have all the books, the library of them and stuff. You know,
I kept up on all of the books until Disney bought them out.
Oh well, yeah. I actually bailed out when they did the third iteration of the core rules. So like because by that point I'd bought them twice already.
Yeah.
But my pride and joy with that whole set is I have all of the boxed miniature sets for those.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, what was nice was it went WEG, then it went to whatever it was that was the D20 based game.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast or whatever.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like D&D based, you know. Yeah. And then whatever came after that, I got that because it came with an exclusive 3 3/4 inch Wookiee action figure, and a unique character. Yeah. And I'm like, I wanted it. And I'm like, I started reading through it. I'm like, this blows as a role-playing rule set. But you know, it's the internet. It's like the Wild West on the internet. So I can always find adventures that I want. During the WEG era, I got all of the adventure. What were they called? The adventure. It was a magazine. It was like a small, thick digest that had stories, adventures, you know, items and stuff. And there's some really, really good stuff in there. So I have all of that. But I can convert anything to anything, you know. Yeah. Once you have a rule set down, you just make up your own stuff and keep going. But my important point was that last set had rules in it for using 3 3/4 inch action figures in place of miniatures. Right. And you know how you kind of with my 3 3/4. So I literally those guys don't watch this show anyway, so I can talk about it. I have not yet done my video for the HasLab Cantina. But I could have them because they are talking about because we're finishing up a D&D game. And they're like, hey, yeah, when this finishes up, if you want to do a Star Wars game, I said, yeah, sure. I said, what kind of characters do you want to play? What era do you want to play in? And whatnot. And they all said they want to play like scoundrels, mercenaries, bounty hunters, whatever. They said, you know what, we could just start out at like the Tatooine Cantina. I'm like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking right now is you got all these action figures with the Cantina set, and I'm going, if that whole role-playing miniature scenario, everybody trying to roll for initiative to get a drink, I don't know.
Yeah, you almost would. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I'm going to go out of order a little bit because you guys are dropping change on me because you guys just want to be awesome for my birthday. So let me jump ahead to Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Welcome, my friend. He says he dropped a gifted membership. Wait a minute. So gifted membership. Thank you so much, Geek Flag with Nate Knows. He always says, well, let me back up. He says, like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member. And if you were going to give a super chat of $5 and more, why not make it a membership instead? Wish Troy a happy birthday. Thank you so much. Usually he says to help our family grow, which is fair. So he gifted a membership because he always puts his money where his mouth is. He is a true brother from another mother. And that gifted membership went to Netter of Netters Network. Thank you so much, Nate, for keeping Netter in the family. Netter, you are now again a member of the channel. How great is that? You can join us for Members Night at the Movies. Oh my gosh. Tony of Analog Toys says for 20 Australian dollars, they're called dollars in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I figure they're using the same symbol. It's got to be dollars, right?
Right.
Happy birthday, Troy. Sorry I couldn't join you tonight, so have a drink on me instead. Dude, for $20, I could buy a decent bottle. Yeah, that'll take care. As a matter of fact, so just full disclosure, I did mention I was going to be drinking whiskey tonight during my liquid lunch, but I didn't say what it was. I'm drinking my 1776 rye, but I am empty. This is done. When I finish this glass, I might switch to Jameson. So, Tony, I think you just bought me a bottle of 1776, which reminds me, I kind of lied to you, Tony, when I said that I had wanted to send you the Bruce Banner and Hulk figures last year. I actually had something else lined up, which I haven't gotten around to sending you yet because they need a little bit of refurbishing. I won't tell you what they are, but they're big, and the shipping on them to Australia is challenging. I may have to send them in separate batches, but anyway, just thank you so much, my friend. I hope you didn't feel like you had to drop $20 on me just because. Guys, get over to Analog Toys. Check out his most recent video. He does an unboxing where he opens my Christmas gift to him, and I'll be honest, he had the exact reaction that I was hoping for. I was so excited. It literally made my Christmas season. Netter and I don't have kids, so we have not been able to have that. Let's see their eyes on Christmas morning, and let's see, how excited they are about the toys they're opening. So this was the best I could do. And dude, your reaction was just absolutely perfect. Thank you also for confirming for me that I did include the head, the optional head in there, because otherwise I was going to have to send you another shipment for that. Did you notice I used the Fonzie thumbs on David Banner so that he could do the whole hitchhiking thing? That's what that was. So thank you so much, Tony. Super appreciate it. And now I got to get back and say hi to everybody else. I said hi to longest running superhero RPG. I should ask Michael, how long do I have you for, so I don't keep you?
If I have to drop off, I'll just bail without saying anything and just make it awkward. It'll be fine.
Of course you will. And Deleted, how long do I have you for? Do I have you for the whole night?
You do.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. I know you hadn't been feeling well, but I figured you've had 24 hours to recuperate. You should have, taken some NyQuil and, knocked that out of you, whatever it was. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Just a warning to everyone in the chat and to everyone on the panel. I'm drinking hard tonight because I am still celebrating my birthday. So, although full confession, I'm doing something I don't normally do, Michael. I actually have one of those big spherical ice cubes in here.
Yeah.
Because I figure I'm trying to pace myself. It really does kind of mellow out the rye. Not really sure I enjoy that, but
yeah, I get you. I hear you.
But it's probably for the best, because otherwise this stream could go boom real fast.
Right.
Saying hi to each other. Euler Greg, thank you so much for the happy birthday wish. Super appreciate that. I'm not a big sports ball fan by any means, but I had a buddy in grade school who was a huge Houston Oilers fan, which is weird, living in the Chicagoland area, having a friend who's such a big Houston Oilers fan. But whatever, I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Glad that Texas is still a red state and hasn't decided that oil is somehow offensive, and they need to change the name or something like that. David Pensack, good to see you, my friend. He says, very happy birthday to you, the man at the end of the bar. Yes, I am the man at the end of the bar, the guy that mumbles to himself and has plenty of stories to tell you if you are interested in listening, but you probably will walk away in the middle of those stories when you get bored. I totally understand.
You're like a character from a hard-boiled detective story.
I like to think so. I think that fits. I think that. Do you think I like detective stories? The whole Sherlock Holmes thing? Maybe. The Horror Cat Dad says, happiest of birthdays, Troyce. Thank you so much. Super appreciate it. I said this during Liquid Lunch, and it really is true. Best part of the birthday is hanging out with all of you guys, because honestly, you guys are Osmo, as Netter says. Mark Daly says, greetings from the capital of Florida, a.k.a. South Georgia. I like that, my friend. Dude, start looking at MegaCon. If you can make it, come on down and hang out with me and Netter and Age of Boomer and whomever else can make it. Culture Casino's going to be there. Gosh, I don't know who all is going to be there. A lot of the WDW Pro and that Park Place crowd is going to be there. It would be great to hang out with you, get to meet everybody. It'd be awesome. It turns 50 in March. You youngin', you youngin'. Happy birthday, Troy. Not gonna make age jokes since you're about a year younger than me. Okay. Well, that's intellectually honest of you. That's fair. And just keep in mind, everybody, Netter is older than I am. So if you're gonna be beating me up on my age, she may take it personally. Let's see here. Guys saying hi to each other. Final Fantasy fan, good to see you, my friend. Happy birthday, Troy. I have lately been trying to look at more RPGs to play, and I've recently found the DC Universe RPG from 1999. Well, talk to longest running RPG on Earth, who is currently here in the chat. He is your expert. I love DC. I always wanted to play that game. I bought a bunch of the books. Could not wrap my head around the rule set. I just couldn't. They have these exponential level changes between Batman and the next character up, on up to Superman, and I just couldn't wrap my head around how they worked. It was something called APs. I didn't understand it. You should definitely talk to CK about that. Let's see who else we got. Oh, did I not say hi to Tim Hayes earlier? Welcome, Tim Hayes. I know why you're here. You're here because you're a retro blasting fan, but that's good. I'm leeching on the retro blasting cred tonight.
I have no cred anymore. So
well, you're a bigger channel than I am. You got more cred than I do.
It's not so much that there's clout glomming. It's more like legal immigration. They're just moving over to a channel that still has energy and relevance and
friggin' well-researched long-form videos. Oh my gosh. You've got some really, really great stuff out there between the Dial of Dysentery retrospective and the I'm sorry, that's what I'm always going to call it. The Rogue One video that you did. I mean, and now you're oh gosh, what's it called? King Solomon's Mines.
Right.
I mean, damn, man. Tim Hayes says he's sipping on a Diet Dr. Pepper. This is what I got in reserve because I'm two-fisting it, right? What is my age? 585. I'm two-fisting it, my friends.
Is that the King Solomon's Mines with Richard Chamberlain and Sharon Stone?
It's all 4 versions of King Solomon's Mines in one video.
He's doing no. You got to remember, Michael doesn't do anything half-assed. He does everything whole-assed.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Tim Hayes says, be right back. Don't worry, man. I have a whole bunch of people to still go through. You got time to go drop a deuce if you have to. Robert's Infinite Realm says, hello, Troy. Just saw Tony of Analog Toys opening your custom Mego 2-pack. Excellent work. I've already had somebody, and I'm sure he was just being tongue-in-cheek in the chat, say, take my money. No. I'm going to say the same thing I did regarding the custom Migos I sent to Michael. I will tell you, I will give you the recipe. I will tell you exactly how to do it yourself. It'll be so much cheaper. so much cheaper if you just buy the bits and assemble them yourself than have me do it, because I would charge you for my time and energy, and it wouldn't be worth it. It really would not be worth it. And that's not something I want to do. I don't see that as a making money kind of a thing, you know. Let's see, who am I missing? You guys are saying hi to each other, which I always think is wonderful. I'm going through these real quick, so if I miss a comment you really, really wanted me to bring up, don't be afraid to drop it again. Did I say hi to Jesse Guajardo? Welcome, Jesse, if I didn't say hi earlier. Sorry, man. Karen Owen, thank you for the gift membership on an earlier stream. It's my birthday, too. Happy birthday. Well, if today is your birthday, I now know, Karen, that your birthday is one day after mine, because technically my birthday was yesterday. I share a birthday with Elvis Presley, David Bowie, Shirley Bassey, Dr. Stephen Hawking, the first Dr. William Hartnell, and Cynthia Erivo I just found out about. Damn it. Inspiration TV, which of course is Orville Nation. Welcome, PJ, again. Good to see you. Netter, I'm going to say hi to you again just because you're pretty. I'm assuming Tony is talking about that additional head. The problem, I see, I feel like I fell short on that gift to Tony. I sent him, and those of you who haven't seen the video, go check it out. I sent him a 2-pack of custom figures, a Lou Ferrigno Hulk and a what's his name? Bill Bixby. David Banner. Yeah, exactly. And I put in swappable hands, fists for the Hulk. And I also put in a swappable head for David Banner, where he's like in mid-transformation. And unfortunately, that means if he wants to display it with that, he's going to have to take the shirt off of David Banner and unscrew the back and swap the heads. And it's a whole pain in the ass. I really should have sent him a third figure. I'm a terrible friend, Tony. I'm sorry. I suck at gift giving, I guess.
Wasn't Bill Bixby on a show about where he was a magician or something?
I think it was called The Magician, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Okay. Yep.
He was also on a show called The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Great show. I loved that show. A good friend of mine desperately wanted to get it on DVD. They never released it, as far as I know, in physical media. Australian notes are famous for being made of polymer plastic. I love Nate. He's got all kinds of cool information, which makes them very durable and difficult to counterfeit. They come in denominations of $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100. That's very interesting. I don't expect that I will ever achieve one of the... There aren't many places in the world that I would like to visit. Australia is one of them. I don't think that's ever going to happen in my lifetime, but
why?
Maybe someday. Money, mostly money.
Oh! I thought. All right, I'm up to speed. I thought you meant something. I thought there's going to be something like, I
hate Australia. The only person that's there that I like is
something like, I have a phobia of cotton balls and I can't make it there because of my phobia of cotton balls. Like, I was like, that was going to be some weird.
Or some political thing, or I'm afraid of the giant crab spiders that they have. I've seen the memes. Everything in Australia is effing trying to kill you, which is why I'm not surprised that that Tony lives there, right? Because he's a tough guy. He can live there.
Yeah, Tony just.
And you visited there.
I visited. Yeah.
No. That was all faked, right? You didn't really go to Australia.
Yeah, I'm a con man. I didn't really go. It was all fugazi. I just I hoodwinked everybody. So,
guys, that's another thing. I talk about retro blasting all the time, and the recent videos that he's done. But you can do the search when you get to his channel. He has this great video where he takes the HasLab sail barge and brings it to somebody who in Australia who couldn't get it otherwise because Hasbro is a bunch of fucking assholes. So no, it's true.
He's not wrong, Boomer. He's not wrong.
I mean, you got to use the language that's appropriate to the situation.
I mean, we're watching the entire toy culture on social media finally start to break down. They can't deny Hasbro's piracy anymore. Like, and guys like Troy and I are sitting back going like, yeah, we tried to tell you this like 5 years ago, but no one.
I mean,
see, I follow gaming culture, but not.
I appreciate, Michael, that you put me and you put me on a level with yourself on that. Let's face it, I still got the sail barge. I got the Razor Crest. I got the
right, but the difference between you and everybody else was you openly admitted you knew you were being screwed when you bought it.
Yes, right? That is true.
You've never shied away from that. You've never said anything different. That is a level of authenticity that sadly is bankrupt in most of toy collector culture.
I'll go further with that, Michael. To be fair, the sail barge, I've got a video on my channel. It's one of my first videos about the sail barge. The sail barge, I didn't even get myself. That was Netter getting it as an anniversary gift for me on the secondary market. Right.
Well, the sail barge, and again, if you got it on the secondary market, then even though you paid more, at least you didn't pay through, you didn't enable the HasLab. Whereas like the sail barge to me is the one, I'm not trying to besmirch the Cantina when I say this. I want to be clear. But the sail barge to me was the one item where I was like, if they had sold that at retail, I'd have bought it.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And to her credit, she got the absolute best deal you could get on the secondary market. She paid what I think would be considered a reasonable upscale. They charge double for it.
Right.
She did not pay any shipping because we went and picked it up.
Perfect.
And the guy threw in a shitload of like action figures. Not anything, rare, but there was like a Slave Leia and some Skiff guards and Gamorrean guards and stuff. And I'm like, man, as I didn't feel like I was getting really screwed by this guy. I thought he was being pretty decent. So I couldn't bitch about that too much. But come on, man. This is my wife buying me an anniversary gift, just showing her love for me.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
When I talked to the guy, he said that they had bought two, one for themselves, one to resell.
I don't blame anyone for doing this.
Purposely resold it at twice the value, so they're basically getting theirs for free.
Right.
And they said they wanted it to go to someone they knew would really appreciate and love it.
There you go. See?
Right.
And that kind of inspired me when I got the Razor Crest. That's why we went ahead and we got two of the Razor Crests, sold one for twice the price. Said, you're going to have to pay whatever actual shipping is because that's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
They were okay with it. Everyone was happy. Basically, I got my Razor Crest for free.
Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
And I don't think the guy felt screwed. The Cantina, I didn't get two of those. Well, I got the what do you call it? The deluxe, which is 2 boxes. I didn't get two of those because I didn't want to screw around, and I was like, you know what? Of all the HasLabs, of all the Star Wars things I bought, that one was, my history with the Cantina. I was like, I know you pick on people about their Cantina fixation, but for me, it kind of is, and I'm like,
I just noticed a pattern.
Yeah. So I picked that up, and I was happy with it. I wanted those fucking Tonica sisters. That's why I got those, and I got the Stan Solo Tonica sisters.
So right.
Let's see here. Let me see if I missed anybody. Yeah, I'm actually I'm already a half hour into the show, and I haven't gotten through all of the chats. I see Michael is saying hi to everybody and chatting with everybody in the chat. Question for Michael, if you haven't already answered this one: will Lego Broken Vader have a mech suit? Well, I can't even follow this.
There already is a Lego Broken Vader. It's just Broken Vader every time he gets pulled into the Lego dimension. He's been in 2 videos.
Okay.
He's the same Broken Vader. He just turns into a Lego armless Broken Vader for a few seconds because there's a Lego me as well. So
yes, there is. Yes, there is. Which is really just Lego Indiana Jones, right?
No, actually it's like a Lego guy, and like he's got the brown hair and the just like the shirt on or whatever. He's just me. So actually,
I don't know.
It's great to have a Lego avatar. I might start using him in all my videos now for on camera because he's been able to maintain his hairline, whereas mine has started to move back. So, right?
Fuck, man, I can't even talk about hairlines.
I'm just saying,
I envy yours.
No, but if you look at me from the side, you're starting to see more and more. I'm starting to have that like Gary Oldman drag.
Well, when you look at me from the side, you see more and more too. I mean, let's see. And again, guys, I do have to say that if I miss anybody or if you left a chat that you wanted me to bring up that I didn't, don't be afraid to drop it again. Thank you so much, Mikey Suze. So much. I assume it's Mikey, but it could be Suze. I don't know. Both of you guys, welcome. Everything I've ever brought from Hasbro, I freely admit I've gotten screwed. Yeah, still got a weakness for Bronze Age Marvel. Oh, are you, Roberts? Are you into that whole 6-inch scale? I'm sorry, that's just not my bag. But I don't want to yuck your yum if that's your thing. What were you going to say, Boomer?
Well, what happened to Hasbro's big plans for D&D? Weren't they going to have this whole like online thing with like you'd pay and it would be this whole?
This was the free market operating as it should. People saying "F you." We do not need your hands in our pockets unless you're giving us a reach around. So we are going to not buy from you because we don't have to. We have your books. We can play these games ourselves. I will admit, since the virus of unknown origin, my D&D group, we've all been playing on Discord, and every Wednesday that the lawyer is able to make it, who is the current DM, sometimes he's got court the next day, and he's got to get a brief together and whatever. But we don't need anything that Hasbro is putting out. And they realized, even the new generation, these kids that actually like this 5th edition bullshit, actually were pushing back against that, saying, no, we don't need that. We will not have you making us pay for every game that we play. We bought your books. We'll get together and play our game on our own if we have to. So they were like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So they said, screw it. That went the way of the dodo. Thank you, Chatty Blogger. And Tim Hayes is dropping all of the logo because he is a channel member. Bronze Age Marvel, that's my era too. Big part of... Hey, let me ask, is there somebody here in the group who's currently in the chat who plays the Marvel role-playing game? The old one that's kind of like...
TSR?
Yes, from TSR.
Yeah, my brother has... my brother was in the Dungeons and Dragons retrospective I did many years ago, and he's got a huge RPG library. Goes all the way back.
Okay, so I'm gonna offer this to you first, Michael. Ask your brother if he has I don't have quick access to it. There was a source book about Latveria. It was like the land of doom or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Ask him if he has that. If he doesn't, and he would like it, I'd happily send it to you.
Okay. Isn't that Doctor Doom? It's Doctor Doom's world, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's not in the best of condition. It's in good condition.
Right.
If he wants it, he can absolutely have it. I'll send it to you. I am actively going through my collections of stuff and identifying things, and it's like, why the hell do I have this?
Right.
You know, and having to get rid of it. But I wanted to go to a good home, so to speak. You know?
Sure.
Jesse Guajardo says, Michael French, I'm going to try to find the new X-Wing because I got some other stuff I'm looking for a friend of mine, and I don't, if I can find it at reasonable
that's that
price.
one that they just came out with, this 3 3/4 inch scale, but it was a few months ago, and it's got those permanent kind of like weird blast effects coming out of the engines and everything. Like it looks like it would have been a good X-Wing if they hadn't done that to it. Like
I probably the reason I probably don't know anything about this is because I have so many previous X-Wings. I really don't need any others. In fact, let's face it, every X-Wing comes, well, with the exception of the one from Rogue One. That was for Blue Leader or Blue whatever it was, which I did get, by the way. All of them come stock Red 5.
Right.
And you have to, you know, all you got to do before you put the labels on it or do the painting, or you just make it into Red 2. I do have to make a Red 2 for Wedge.
Right.
And who is Red Leader? Because I got his droid.
Yeah, Red Leader is Garvin Drace. And
see, he knows his stuff.
He was sold. I don't know. The only reason I know this is because I did that Rogue One toy video a few years ago, and I was talking about how to get the other. Like he was sold once as a Power of the Force 2 figure with an X-Wing that was decoed as Red 1, and then he was sold again,
which didn't have his droid, right?
Right. Then he was sold.
I have it, and I needed this fucking droid. So
right. But then he was sold again. He was sold again in a scene pack as a better articulated figure
with this and another
and the little troop sort of golf cart thing that went around the hangar.
And that golf cart you can get on Etsy for a reasonable price.
Right.
For a bunch of people that are 3D printing it.
But that Red Leader, that one hyper articulated with the helmet and everything like that, that's removable. That guy's worth a fortune now. Because he
and I wasn't willing to spend that kind of money on it. Right. And I was like, F it, I don't need extra articulation when he's just going to be sitting in a fucking X-Wing.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But
did they ever make a figure of Porkins?
Yeah, they did.
They've actually made 3.
Yeah.
3 Porkins figures.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them do fit into the X-Wing, some do not. Just saying. I am not kidding you here.
I know. Yeah.
Netter, could I ask you to grab me the Jameson from the freezer? It's in the back left corner. Thank you. I'd greatly appreciate that. Mark Daly says, Troy, I still have the Marvel set, but I haven't played since college when I ran an Ann Arbor Avengers campaign. That's interesting. I got the box set and a couple of source books. Loved the fact that I felt it was a better rule set than the DC, but I was never a big Marvel fan. The only thing I knew was Spider-Man.
Right.
So a lot of what I learned about Marvel came from that role-playing game, including the Captain Marvel of the time, which was, sorry guys, don't consider me racist, but the black girl, you know.
Oh,
He
Rambo,
was,
Monica Rambo.
yeah.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah. So as far as I was concerned at the time, that was, Captain Marvel, as far as I was concerned.
Right,
Because
right,
there's also a blonde girl named Ms. Marvel.
right,
Well, she became the Captain Marvel that you all know from the movies.
right,
The one who Rogue stole the powers from and put her into a coma on the old
right,
X-Men show.
right.
Well, yeah, you know what? That you don't get that from the movies. Rogue was a great character because she was
Yeah.
kind of a, thank you very much, Jameson's Irish whiskey. Gonna refill my glass here. Cold as ice, willing to sacrifice sobriety. Let me get that up here. And if you want a glass like this, the link is to my merch store is down below if you are at all interested. We're going to keep an eye on that merch store and see if we can't get a whole bunch of bar-related merch for you guys. I've played the game, but not recently. I have a comic idea based off of that game that I've never tried to flesh out. Long story short, good guys who everyone believes are bad guys. Sounds very Marvel to me, to be honest with you.
Did you learn
Horgan's
about
demise? Go ahead.
Did you learn about Latveria in that game?
I did read this book that I was just telling Michael about. Latveria is, let's face it, it's just Latvia with an extra syllable. And and that's one of the great things about both DC and Marvel. They do create these original countries that are clearly based on. There is a country in the DC world called Iraq, which is clearly meant to be Iraq.
Right, right.
And they've, they deal with real world politics within the DC universe. I love that kind of stuff. I really kind of
Well, that's like there's a country in the G.I. Joe Marvel comics called like Sokovia or something like that. Like it's like, okay, that's an Eastern Bloc Cold War era thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, did you know that I am actually mentioned in a G.I. Joe comic?
Really?
Troy Pacelli. Well, I may end up doing a video about that this year. I'm hoping to get the person responsible for that comic as a guest, do an interview with him. And if I can, that I think you guys might enjoy that. I want to say hi to Wolf 10 Media. Hey, Wolfie, haven't seen you in a minute. So glad to see you, my friend. He says hi to Mama Pacelli and Papa Pacelli. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Tired Midnight Blogger loves Jameson. Good. I appreciate that. And with that, holy cow, I actually made it to the end of the chat. So I want to reinforce, if you dropped a comment that I didn't bring up that you wanted me to see, make sure you go ahead and drop that again. Don't be afraid to drop a comment a second time. I'm drunk, so I miss things. Someone told me my aunt was from Latvia, and the same time I was reading the first Doctor Doom comic, so I asked, does she know Doctor Doom? I'd love to know what your aunt said to that. The original Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers. I got an omnibus of her in her Ms. Marvel run from the 1970s, and only 3 volumes of the Brian Reed Ms. Marvel, which honestly was the last good Marvel run. I don't think it's I think everybody knows here that I was not a big Marvel fan outside of Spider-Man. And the live action stuff, like, Bill Bixby and so forth. In fact, I don't know if Tony knows this, but I met Lou Ferrigno at a Chicago auto show when I was, I must have been like 8 years old at the time. And my mom got a picture of me. He picked me up and put me on his shoulder.
What?
And I got a picture. Yeah, I got a picture with Lou Ferrigno when I was 8 years old. I've asked her if she could find that picture, and she wasn't able to. But yeah, that was a great memory.
Did you ask him why he wasn't green?
No, I stood in line, and when I got up to him, he said, "Do you want an autograph?" I said, "No, no, I just wanted to meet you and shake your hand because you're the Hulk." And he just got this huge smile. He's like, "That's pretty cool." He says, "Do you want a picture with me?" And my mom had a camera, so yeah, absolutely. So that's how that happened. But as far as Ms. Marvel goes, Carol Danvers. The only thing I knew about Carol Danvers prior to the whole, MCU thing was there seemed to be some weird DC Marvel rivalry thing over Supergirl versus Ms. Marvel, Linda Lee Danvers versus Carol Danvers. They were clearly meant to be analogs of each other, and I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but you know what? Don't care. Oh, Jay and Leanna, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. How is Leanna doing? Are you doing well? I hope you're still at home. I hope you're not typing this from the hospital again. Let me know how you're doing right now. Hope you're doing well. Want to say hi to Penny. Penny popped in to wish me. I'm popping my peas here, aren't I? Popped in to wish you a happy birthday. Make a wish. I think you guys all know what I'm wishing for.
More Jameson?
More Jameson. No, my goal of 200 members by the end of the year. Thank you so much, Penny. It's good to see you. Penny, tell me this, if you're still here in the chat. Do you follow my channel because we crossed paths on Culture Casino? Just wondering. Because I love to try and keep track of, how we met. You know what I mean? I know that like Tim Hayes I met because of Michael, and there's a lot of cross-pollination between all of our channels and stuff, which I think is just awesome. I really do. I think this is really great stuff. Let's see here. Oh, Maria! How you doing? She says, "Hey, happy birthday. I just got home. Long day, but hope you're having a super groovy birthday." Check out Tea and Telly with Maria. She's got a great channel. She's got a lovely voice. She's a wonderful singer. Definitely check out what she's been putting out there. Curious fact, if you take the first letter of those three OG Star Wars battles, Yavin, Hoth, Endor, and arrange them, the word is hey. Well, there you go. That's awesome.
That's some thin trivia, Riggs. That's some thin trivia.
I know, right? She's still at home and back at work at the grocery stores. Okay, well, good. I mean, going back to work is a mixed blessing, right? Oops, went to the wrong place. Hey, happy birthday. Just got home. Oh, look, I'm seeing it all in the studio, so I don't know what channel you're on, to be honest with you. That's fine. I can't remember which channel I subbed to over to. I get it, Penny. I do. I kind of feel like we ran into each other on Culture Casino first, but I can't prove that. And that's okay. Miss Marvel was one of the first female heroes I liked after Wonder Woman. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm gonna just get on with the chit chat. If there's something you want, make sure you at me so that I see it. But so Boomer, you're a little slightly younger than I am. Deleted scenes. You and I have chewed some of the same ground. I feel like, Michael, you're a little younger than I am, but you're like me in that you're an old soul. So you kind of know older things than you have any business knowing. So,
I just think it's great that you are more uncertain about my age than we all are about aged boomers. When you
I know Agent Boomer's exact age, and I know he's younger than me.
Yeah, but have you ever met him in person? Do you know it for
Yes.
sure?
Yes, I met him last year, and I'm going to spend a little bit more time with him in March.
All right. Well, I trust your account on that. Anyway, please continue.
I know what Agent Boomer looks like in real life. I saw him not on the tractor. So
I get it, but it's just like he's like, oh, I'm really this age, and then he pivots and he's like, "Do you guys ever play Yu-Gi-Oh?" And I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, so guys,
who's your favorite Pokemon? Come on.
Anyway, sorry, Troy. Please continue.
No. So I'm 55. I was born in 1971. I know that Aged Boomer is I can't remember offhand the exact age, but he's almost a decade younger than I am. He is younger than I am. And am I correct, Michael? You're younger than I am as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, once you get to the point, it's like,
so a lot of people throughout my life have referred to me as an old soul.
You're right.
When I talk about things like Lassie and Rin Tin Tin, and
even my whiskey has old on it. All right, like it's
well, as it should, it should. But I talk about all these old shows, and people are like, "How the hell do you know these old shows?" I said, first, syndication. Secondly, my mom and I have been really close, so she would like these shows that I would see in syndication. Oh yeah, I used to watch Rin Tin Tin all the time, and
right.
So this whole long before there was a Nick at Night, long before there was cable channels carrying these things, there was something called syndication, and you can on network television, just to fill time, they would play these old shows. So right. I knew all about these things.
You knew about the Archie cartoon, the Archies.
I love the Archie comics. I think that it was Filmation. They also did Sabrina. They did the Brady Bunch. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of them from Filmation that I just loved. And these were not, I knew where they came from, like the Archies.
Right.
I knew all about the old comics. I knew about sugar, do. Honey. Lester, thank you so much. Many years in health and happiness. Salute to you, my friend. So Boomer is that kind of boomer, almost the same age as me, 44 going on 45. You're a little older than that, aren't you, Boomer?
A little older.
Yeah, you're a little older than 45, but less than 55. Let's just leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Real Wade Nation Gaming Cap, who I'm going to be hanging out with on, remind me, buddy, is it Monday? We're going to be watching that Tron goofiness, the last movie. Aries, yeah.
Hold on. So you just turned 55,
mm-hmm.
and you're going to watch Tron Aries.
Because I promised Wade that I would, and
you do realize that after a certain age, of which we've both passed, life gets short.
It's too short to watch it. I need to know what they did to my beloved.
It would make a good liquid lunch conversation, maybe. Huh?
Right. I will WTF Wednesday.
Okay,
after we watch it on Monday. Absolutely.
As long as you're still monetizing your hate, then I'm fine with it. Okay.
Well, I will reserve judgment, but you're probably right. You're probably right.
I'm now hearing the Emperor from Star Wars saying, "Monetize your hate."
Monetize your hate.
Monetize your hate and monetize your haters. Those are the two social media.
Oh gosh, yes, Mark Daly, Filmation Flash Gordon animated series from '81. Yeah, absolutely. So at 60, I should be the oldest in the chat. No, you're not. And I'm not going to say who is over 60. I will not say, because I could get hit. So anyway, Going back to the set, this was okay. We are at the 1 hour mark here, guys. And I am just now getting through, haven't said hi to all of y'all, and going to get on to the 70s. So, Michael, do you have any recollection of the 70s?
I have recollections of things that were held over from the 70s. I was born in 78. So there was a lot of 70s.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
You are the same age that my brother was.
Right.
You're like my younger brother.
Right. So there was a lot.
Dude, I'm fucking adopting you. You are now my younger brother, the younger brother that I lost. So I will take that. I will accept that happily. There was a lot of 70s ephemera that was still around as part of daily life when I was growing up. So for me, It all kind of blended together. Like I played with the next door neighbors' kids. And every other day, I was playing with $6 Million Man toys just as much as I was playing with Star Wars or anything else. So, yeah, 70s television was still on in syndication in the afternoons. So I was watching just so I can say goodnight to Penny. Mm-hmm. Penny, thank you so much for stopping in. I love seeing you in the chat. So have a good night. Thank you so much.
But I was watching just as much as I was watching 60s Star Trek, well before there was ever a Next Generation. I was watching that at school. I was also watching, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, and I was watching Bionic Woman, and I was watching probably 5 other shows that ended in the word woman. And I was watching, Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby.
Well, let's pause on that for a second. And Michael, deleted and aged.
Yes.
So let's look at this. The Bionic Woman, the Secrets of Isis, Wonder Woman,
right?
To some degree, if you even remember it, Electra Woman and Dyna Girl.
Yeah.
That was puberty for us. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah. Am I right? Is there any disagreement on that?
Linda Carter Wonder Woman was definitely an eye-opening experience for me, even at a young age. It was like, that's my ideal.
Here was the struggle for me. Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or Lindsay Wagner Bionic Woman.
As much as I adored Lindsay Wagner as a Bionic Woman, Linda Carter was without a doubt the runaway number one.
That's fair. I was in that. Am I a blonde guy or am I a brunette guy?
Yeah, see, I was more in the camp of I'm definitely a boob guy. So
okay, well, fair enough. There's a great episode where Linda Carter is hanging upside down by her lasso of truth, trying to defuse a bomb. And I'm looking at that going, that bustier is not going to hold. And it did hold, sadly. Which reminds me of a Rich Coe's Son of Svengoolie. It was Son of Svengoolie at the time.
Right.
Before all you guys knew Svengoolie. He was the son of Svengoolie here in the Chicagoland area. He was playing, he was doing a sketch where he is an exec at, I can't remember, was Wonder Woman NBC or CBS? I forget.
Right.
Whatever network. He gets a letter and he's reading it and he says, I would like to see more of Wonder Woman. And he looks at the camera and goes, I'm sorry, that's as small as the uniform gets. and then he continues on. And this was back in the early 80s. So I was pretty young. And I was like, yes, I would like to see more of Wonder Woman too.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys. And I mean guys.
Right.
Age Boomer, deleted scenes, and Michael. But I was inappropriately young when I noticed girls and was into girls. Let's just say.
Right.
Just saying. But no, I struggled because I really liked Wonder Woman, but I found myself more of a Lindsay Wagner type of guy, and then I just realized I'm into blondes with blue eyes. And then I married one.
That's quite Bavarian of you.
I get that reference.
For me, I was a big fan, and it was just a short-lived show, Lady Blue, about a lady cop.
Oh, was that what it was? I thought for a moment it was about a hound dog.
No.
that
Who
one at
played her? Jamie Rose played her, and Danny Aiello was her partner on it. She was a redheaded
Well,
actress.
I love Danny Aiello, so
Yes.
you got me there.
This is an 80s show as I'm looking it up.
Yeah, only 13 episodes, unfortunately short-lived, but I used to catch it like in repeats for some reason. Some channel kept showing them, and it took place in Chicago, actually, Troy. You might have liked this.
Fuck,
Yes,
I'll have to check
yes.
this out.
Also,
But
it
Lady
would ballsy
Blue.
of them to name her Mahoney, since the Police Academy movies were very popular then. I don't know how on earth they kept this show's perception serious.
Well,
it was very dark. It didn't last long. Like every episode, something horrible was happening.
Right.
But she was like a Dirty Harry type, basically. Yeah.
I need to address this comment from Tim Hayes. Netter, you have blonde hair. I thought you were a redhead. Well, let's be honest. Netter has had every hair color because she used to be a hair model. She used to go to hair shows, and they would do all kinds of things with her hair. And she was blonde, brunette, redhead. She was she had her hair stripped to white to the point where her hair was like falling out. It was breaking in her hands. It was pretty bad. But she's a natural blonde with blue eyes, and that's my thing. Actually. 3 times in the time that I've been married to her, she's been bald doing hair shows. So, so she's had every length of hair too. So that's just my shtick. I like the blonde hair, blue eyes. If you want to get all, poli-sci about it, whatever, but I like what I like. You love who you love, just say it. Enigma Severus, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. But yeah, so let me get back to it. The 1970s, this was the era I grew up in. And for you younger guys, Age of Boomer, Retro Blasting, just saying, you guys are younger. You may not have the memories that I do of the disco era, psychedelic, weird Marty Krofft era that I grew up in.
Gas
I have fond memories.
Gas shortages.
Well, yes, I do remember my dad waiting in queues that went down the block to get gas because there you go. Let me see. Can I blow this up? Yeah, there's Netter. That is what she normally looks like. That's a picture from our vow renewal a couple of years ago. Yeah,
I've seen her as a Klingon though.
I've seen her as a Klingon too. Yeah, she is a wonder. Yeah, I think Klingons can be blonde too. Why not? Yes, you're absolutely right, Chatty Blogger. That is a wonderful one. Michael and I are young compared to you, to Troy, Boomer, and Deleted. Well, that's okay.
I thought Tim was closer to your age, Troy.
I thought he was closer to your age. He's done a great job of hiding his actual age.
Yeah, he goes to the Aged Boomer University of hiding your age.
I'm sorry. He's spot on there, Boomer.
Come on, man. I Troy didn't know what R type was.
So I'm going to retell the story for those of you that haven't already heard it. Boomer and I have been doing, the co-streaming for years now, a couple of years now. And we're backstage getting ready for a stream, and I'm calling him Boomer, and he's like, Troy, my name is such and such. And I'm like, yeah, But if I don't call you Age Boomer, I might make a slip and Clark Kent, your Superman on stream. I can't afford that. He's like, okay, that's fair. So, but I think those of you that have followed me for a long time, you guys kind of know. Boomer and I do try to do the whole. Every Sunday we do Geeky Geezers, so we do the good old days and we share things from childhood that we loved, that we think you should know about, just because things have gone to shit lately and our franchises are being destroyed. You know, look to the past for some great memories. But in so doing, we have shared with you some of the games and toys and franchises that we've loved, that we grew up with. And I feel like, as the old fart on the stream, at least tonight, you know, the early 70s, mid 70s, the whole 70s, let's be honest, were a weird fucking time, but a lot of damn fun. Great innocence. Dudes, we've talked about Sid and Marty Krofft, right? And the Saturday morning cartoons, Land of the Lost, all
HR Puffin stuff.
HR Puffin stuff. Dude, that kind of predates you, doesn't it, Boomer?
It does, but we talked about it because you.
Yes, I keep bringing that shit up.
How would you really know if it predates him, for God's sake?
I know, Michael. Trust me.
I'm going to shift this till it sinks. This is messed up. Anyway, go ahead.
You talked about the Shazam show.
Yeah.
Shazam! Oh God, yeah. I love that show.
I talked about it as historical record. Not like I'm some sort of like time traveler.
He talks about it like he talks about the Roman Empire. Yes, exactly.
Well, no, because I
know about it. It's record, Dave.
Well, I did a guess about the Shazam show. I said, let me guess. They don't fight any major villains on this show. They just fight normal criminals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another one where
Mr. Mind's not showing up. It's gonna
you don't get any of the comic book stuff. Billy Batson was the same throughout the series, but they had two different Captain Marvels. That's another thing. So if you guys saw the video on Analog Toys where I did the custom action figures of Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, David Banner, and the Hulk, I have the same intention of doing a Captain Marvel / Shazam figure that is in the style of that old 70s show. It's not hard. I absolutely can do it, and I absolutely will. But doing the Billy Batson's going to be a challenge, because I have to find someone that can 3D print that head of that particular actor. Pit Sniper Husker, forgive me, I'm drunk. Pit Snipe Husker says, happy birthday, Troy. Stop lying. Your boyish charm reveals that you were a 90s kid. It's obvious.
Who?
Dude, you need to now drop some chats to explain what I've said that's 90s-ish, because honestly, I kind of fucking miss the 90s in fandom. I got married in 92, and I wasn't paying attention to shit throughout the 90s. So I don't think I've really mentioned a lot from the 90s.
There's a lot of you missed out on like the pivotal year was 93, because that's when the X-Files premiered the same night as Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah, see, that's just it. X-Files and Briscoe County Jr., I was aware of them. I wasn't really following.
You watched TNG, though. That was I know it starts in the 80s, but it's kind of a 90s show. You know, it's right.
That's because I was diehard Star Trek. Netter and I met at a Star Trek convention, so we had to be on point with. Well, I was married in 92. I met Netter. I was wearing a movie era bomber jacket. She she was in a Next Gen uniform with a black miniskirt. It was those legs that got me. Just saying. She's still got those legs. She's
Well, it's not like the legs were going to go anywhere, Joe. They're kind of attached.
Exactly. You all remember Tina Turner?
Mm-hmm.
She's like Tina Turner with the legs. I don't care how old she gets; those legs are going to get you.
Tina Turner was in Beyond Thunderdome.
God, yeah, absolutely. Oh, great song too, no doubt. So anyway, had to. Whoa! The chat's really jumping. I'm having a hard time catching up with you. Had to start adulting in the 90s. Really had sci-fi and late night horror movies with Bubba Joe, Bob Briggs, and the Return of Elvira. You know what? Speaking of Elvira, and I'm sorry to be a downer here, but I've got a bunch of Elvira comics I'm looking to sell off. Keep an eye on Netter's eBay because I'm going to be getting rid of those. I used to be a big Elvira fan until she turned anti-male and decided that she wanted to have nothing to do with her fan base. So just anyway. Pit Snipe Husker says, "Here's a drink to Troy, Forever Young." Oh, that's a great Rod Stewart song. Forever Young. I absolutely am going to have a karaoke stream coming up in the very near future, so keep an eye out for that. We're due for one in January. That'll be happening. Anyway, so I don't know. I feel like everything 70s is kind of coming back around again. I've got right here. I was just going through my comics tonight.
Let me see him.
That's Batman 89, but I have the entire run of. Oh, these are the Batman 89 comics. Over there, I have the Batman 66, which isn't 70s, but they were in syndication. That was my Batman at the beginning. Adam West, Burt Ward.
What about Super Friends?
Oh, God. The Super Friends, Michael, help me out here. The Super Friends, as far as I was concerned, were basically the Mego greatest superheroes.
Right? For DC, not Marvel.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, but it's interesting that in the 70s, Mego had the rights to both DC
right.
and
They had the rights to both, but that means that Mego's world's greatest superheroes encompass both. So when you speak,
they absolutely did. And if you are a fan of toys and Marvel and Mego, go. God, I can't believe I'm actually schlepping for fucking Disney, but go to shopdisney.com. They have that 4-pack of, let's see, it was Spider-Man, Green Goblin, I'm forgetting who it was, but there was Electro who wasn't released in the 70s.
Shocker.
4-pack.
Shocker?
No, it wasn't Shocker. It was the Lizard. The Lizard. So these were all figures that I had except for Electro because they never released Electro. When last year we went to MegaCon, and then just on a side quest we went to what was that Disney thing that we went to, Netter? There was several parks, and we went to
Universal?
No, it wasn't Universal. It was Disney. I don't know.
Hollywood Studios?
Something like that, where we didn't have to pay to get in.
No, you're thinking of Downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney. Thank you very much.
They have lots of restaurants and things there.
That's where they had the Shop Disney store. They were completely out of the Marvel figures. But recently they struck a deal with Mego, and they're reselling those 4-packs because they realized, holy shit, we can actually make some money off of this.
Mhm.
And they're still available right now, today. As of today, just before this stream, I saw that they were up. So you can go get those 4-packs. These figures that I had as a kid. They have the Spider-Man figures are available. I don't know about the Fantastic Four. But they also released the Fantastic Four because everything has to go through Disney these days because they own Marvel. Yeah, I was real big on those Mego figures in the 70s. That was, and I've talked about this on the channel before. I was Mr. 12-inch G.I. Joe, then 9-inch Mego, and the G.I. Joe Adventure Team. And then 3 3/4-inch Star Wars. And then I was kind of, that's where I stayed, was Star Wars. G.I. Joe came out with the O-ring 3 3/4, which was more articulated than the Star Wars figures, but I never got into those. That was just not my thing. Oh yes, Micronauts.
Oh God!
I was a Micronauts fan. Yeah,
Oh.
I got a bunch of those little 3 3/4-inch Micronauts. I got the bigger one. I don't see what was great about these figures was you
They
could
had magnets.
They weren't magnets. They were click, take apart and click together.
Oh.
There was this big 12-inch figure that this robot that you could turn into a ship, that you could turn into a submersible. It was all kinds of things. It was well, actually, Michael, you have a video about this, don't you? About the Micronauts?
Not about Micronauts specifically. I have a video that mentions them in regards to how they related to the redesign of G.I. Joe.
Yes, that's what it was.
But the reason I don't have a video about Micronauts specifically is because they are so as of now, they are so rare and expensive to get them intact.
You know why that is?
Because all those pieces get brittle, right?
Yes. Well, no, not just brittle. It's more than that. When you compare those 3 3/4-inch Micronauts to like 5 POA Star Wars and G.I. Joe figures and stuff, they had very, very thin joints.
Yeah.
So you could, oh gosh, this is a great memory for me. I had those 3 3/4-inch figures, and you can remove the head, you can remove the hands, you can remove the feet, and they had, I don't know, there was like 12 parts to those figures if you took them apart completely, but they were very, very thin. So they broke very easily.
Right.
They didn't become brittle.
Right.
They started brittle.
See?
Especially the heads.
Right.
If you remove the head,
right,
that post popped. No.
See, what I'm hearing in your voice is that you have a genuine passion and love of nostalgia for these, but they also imposed an immense deal of anxiety.
What you're hearing is drunkenness. But yes, you're absolutely right about that too.
I just want to draw your attention to the potential connection between that level of anxiety and your hair loss. I just feel like there's a connection.
No. I'll be honest. This is genetic.
Oh, okay.
My uncle is bald, therefore I am bald.
Because if it was Micronauts, I was going to go at them like a vengeance. I was going to.
No. I can't lay claim to that. Oh, real quick, I want to say hi to Sin's Corner. She came to say happy birthday, and if you are a movie fan, you like movie reviews and so forth, definitely check out Sin's Corner. Great channel. Please. Well, also this guy here too. Deleted Scenes. If you are a movie fan, he is the guy. He's the guy doing the reviews. Absolutely. But no, you're right about that, Michael. And for those of us living in the United States that love Micronauts,
Yeah.
which was a Mego adjacent. Well, Mego got the rights to distribute them here in the United States.
Sure.
It was kind of like, for those of you that grew up in the 90s, it was kind of like
Micro Machines?
Power Rangers.
Oh.
I was going to say like Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's true.
It was something that was Japanese that we Americanized to sell here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was and what was great about it was value for dollar. So there was, and I don't remember the name of the particular Micronaut. He was a bigger figure. He was a robot that you could put another 3 3/4 inch Micronauts into his chest. You could rearrange him into a submersible, into a helicopter type thing. It had a motor in it. It was actually really, really cool.
Right.
We had nothing like it here in the United States. And it was not based on any kind of lore or movie or comic or TV show. You had to kind of make up the lore yourself, and that's kind of fun.
Right. Yeah.
You know? I could almost make the same pitch for He-Man, but He-Man did come with those little micro comics that came with them.
Right.
So, and then they put out the TV show, and then fuck it. 80s were like G.I. Joe, He-Man, all the different cartoons were just fucking commercials for the toys.
Right. So, right. Also true. Know. Yep.
Does anyone else remember Rom, the Space Knight?
Oh, yeah.
I remember him only because they had a comic of him in Marvel Comics.
Yep.
That I saw.
Yep.
Space Knight.
Yeah.
Rom the Space Knight. Yep. He had a Marvel comic. He had a very large action figure.
12-inch figure, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was an electronic 12-inch action figure. And then I believe Troy didn't. I know Tony did, but didn't you also get the Marvel Legends version of that figure? The ROM?
No, that wasn't me. That was not me.
Tony got one. He got the ROM.
Oh, yeah, I'm certain he did.
Yeah.
The action figure trauma my brother and I suffered was using Mom's bra clasp repair parts to make parachute harnesses for G.I. Joe. Then eventually they would drift onto the roof. Oh, God. Real quick. So Netter got me, because I'm working on a custom Jamie Summers. I got a bunch of Action Jackson accessories, including the pack that would contain his parachute. I want to make a parachute outfit for Jamie Summers because if you remember the Bionic Woman, the accident that resulted in her bionics was an accident related to a parachute adventure. So I'm working on that custom. I can't show it to you because I don't have a top for her, and YouTube is fucking weird about that kind of stuff. But you guys know I have the 12-inch Lee Majors. I can go ahead. Yep. I had to get a new head because last time I showed this figure, I traumatized everyone with the head popping off. That was because the head that I had gotten, they used a resin that was that soft resin to kind of match the old Mego heads, and it didn't work. The head post broke, so I had to get a new resin head and repaint it. And I'm actually kind of really glad that I did. But this is what I do. This is one of the things about my toy collecting. Half of my toy collection is custom figures that I've made because fuck it. Nobody made it. I didn't get the toys I wanted. I'm going to make the fucking toys I want, you know?
Yep.
And just a shout out to Michael French. Make sure you subscribe to him. He doesn't swear like I do because he doesn't get drunk on stream. The fembots from Bionic Woman still occasionally give me nightmares. And those are custom figures that I have done as well.
Wait,
Actually,
wait, what?
go ahead.
What are the fembots?
You don't know about the fembots? You
I
did
know
not
from Austin
watch
Powers.
No. They predate Austin Powers, the Bionic Woman. So
Is this like the Revenge of the Stepford Wives or something? What is this?
Kind of. So remember the connection between the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man. Although they ended up on two different what do you call it, networks. It started out with the $6 Million Man had a robot that he was fighting who was in the form of a friend of his. That when they made an action figure of him, it was Maskatron, meant to be an analog villain. Well, Jamie Summers also had a robot
arch nemesis
villain, the fembots, and they were robots made to look like people that she knew. And what was really incredible, this was horrific in the 70s. So you'd have these actresses playing her friend or, associate or whatever. And then you'd find out that they were replaced by robots, and they would literally take off their face and they'd have this robotic face underneath. And it was really
like
creepy.
all electrodes and stuff. And like...
Yeah. So Biff Bam Pow had the rights to do all of the $6 Million Man figures. They did Steve Austin in a multiple different costumes. They did the Bigfoot. They did Rudy Wells. They did Oscar Goldman. They did the Fembot, but they did not have the rights to do Jamie Summers. So, of course, and I can't show it to you because currently she's topless. Even though she's not anatomically correct, I can't show you on YouTube. But I've made a custom Jamie Summers figure. Once I get a top for her, I'll show her on camera. I'll probably do a whole video about these figures. But just like the figures I sent to you, Michael, the S-type figures that have a full range of motion, that's what I use for all of my my customs, including the ones I sent to Tony. So I did the same thing for Steve Austin and for Jamie Summers and so forth, with the exception that it's actually two bodies converted into one. The legs and right arm have to be clear plastic because bionics, right? So that's what I do. Take care, Pit Snipe Husker. Thank you so much for being here and for staying as long as you could. I super appreciate it. I think Super 7 made some Bionic Woman 3.75 action figures, including the Femdom. That's true. The problem is that everything can't be 3 3/4 for me. Some things I do have to have in different scales. So I have gone to Super 7 for, shall we say, parts for custom figures I've done for Star Wars. But when it comes to these other things, I'm a Mego scale kind of guy. That's kind of my shtick. But am I too... I don't want to put you on the spot, Michael, but what is your preferred scale of action figure?
Preferred scale. I mean, they say 6 is the bare minimum, but I mean, when I'm really excited, I think I've been about 8.
So kind of that whole Well, I hate to use this as the example, but the Hasbro Black series.
No, I was making a dick joke, but no, my
oh shit, that just went right over
right.
my
No, my preferred scale is probably 3 3/4 because
Oh.
you can world build. Because
Yes.
you can afford
Thank you, my friend.
play sets
Back
and
in the
all that
70s,
kind of- yeah.
back in the 70s when I was Mr. Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
The first figures that came out from Kenner
Right.
were the first 12 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures.
Right.
Eventually, they came out with 12-inch figures,
Right. Right.
which I never got a single one of those.
Uh-huh.
Even though at the time G.I. Joe was putting things out in 12-inch scale, and it was Kenner, right, that
Yep.
put out the 12-inch $6 Million Man,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I liked 12-inch,
Yeah.
but you couldn't world. Well,
Yeah.
you could world build back in the 70s, but here was the problem. If you think about G.I. Joe and you think about $6 Million Man, they're play sets. It's
Yeah.
not the same kind of play sets that we got for 3 3/4 inch action figures, but like $6 Million Man had that that bionic lab or whatever it was, the hospital table or whatever, that
Right.
converted into a rocket and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it had all those kinds of things. Those were fucking expensive.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you wanted your parents in the 70s to get you, all kinds of stuff, you couldn't. You got one of those for
Right.
Christmas,
Right.
or you can get a fuckload of Kenner 3 3/4 inch play sets.
Right. Right.
Honestly, really, for middle class, white kid back in the 70s, that was the world building. So for one thing, that's why I'm doing the whole 9-inch conversion for $6 Million Man these days.
Sure.
Guys, I can't promise it in 2026, but I am going to have a video where I'm going to make a custom Venus probe that is in scale with the 12-inch Steve Austin. Just saying. I'm working on it. Tony is still with us.
Nice.
Man, the Bionic Transport and Repair Station, that's what it was called. What it was called. Dude, oh God. Oh, this was a wonderful memory. My parents got this for me. It was a rocket ship. It was barely a rocket ship.
Right.
The rocket ship configuration was just enough to encase. Can you imagine being in a rocket ship where the thrusters are literally at your feet and the cone is literally at your head? That's what this thing was.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on the actual the ship that you see Steve Austin flying at the beginning of the show. It was a real lifting body. Who was it? It wasn't Boeing. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I got 3D print model of it that I can print at that scale. I definitely want to do that. That's how he actually became the Bionic Man, not a rocket, not anything like that. Anyway, I mostly used it in the format of the operating table with all of it had all these wires that connected to his arms and legs and so on and so forth. And you had to look at the art on the cover of the box in order to figure out how to connect these things, because it wasn't in the directions. You were kind of meant to make it up on your own. And it had this X-ray machine that you would turn the dial and it would, change whether you saw his skull or his arm or his legs. And they were glow in the dark. You couldn't really see them unless you turned off the light. And Glow in the dark was really big in the 70s for some reason. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what that was all
Carried
about.
over into the 80s.
Well, yeah, exactly. And now, you can get like glow in the dark paint to
Right.
customize whatever the hell you want. But um I wish, Tony, you could join us, but I understand your whole situation. I'm surprised your computer can even work in the heat that you're dealing with. For those of you that don't know, Tony is in Australia, which is in their summer right now. They're on the opposite side of the earth, so they're experiencing summer right now, and he's lost his air conditioning. So his studio, he can only work in for about an hour a day, and his computer will overheat if he tries to do anything over there. So totally understand, Tony, but thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
So we had talked about color forms. Were any of them glow in the dark?
Oh shit, I don't know about. Well, do any of you guys know about Michael? Do you know anything about glow in the dark color forms? I don't remember.
Well, I can't speak for glow in the dark color forms. Although I think there were some. My brother had a Thundercats color form set that utilized 3D
You
glass.
90s kids.
Hmm?
You 90s kids.
Thundercats is 80s.
Yeah, Thundercats is.
Oh, was it 80s? Okay, fair enough.
What the hell, man?
Well, dude, I'm an old fart. I'm a 70s kid.
No,
so
it's
I
of
don't
the
know what
era of
fuck.
like He-Man and G.I. Joe. It's like that era of animation.
Yeah,
You kids, you youngins, you
85.
youngins.
No, and I said my younger brother on top of that. So
That is fair. That is
he
fair.
had a color form set for Thundercats that was like it utilized like 3D glasses or something, and they would
Oh, that's interesting.
pop out. But I feel like there were glow in the dark color forms. I just can't remember which sets they were, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't have any real color forms that I'm aware of.
Really?
There's something that you ended up playing with at other kids' houses. It wasn't like
I had, let's see, I had a Batman color forms and a Spider-Man color forms.
right.
I had a much bigger, I don't know, Universal Monsters type humorous color forms.
Right.
We talked about that on a previous Geezers. What else? Did I have any others? And color forms was kind of cool because it was these vinyl appliques you could put onto backgrounds. So you could do all different kinds of,
Right.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There was also what became real popular. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups from all this booze. There was in the late 70s a trend for rub transformers, rub what do you call it? It wasn't a color form where you could peel it off and put it back on. It was you had one chance, and it was these
Like scratch and
appliques.
snuff.
What were they?
Kind of like scratch and snuff.
No, well, it was kind of like but what would happen is you'd have this overlay that you would scratch on and leave it on the background, and it was stuck permanently.
Right.
Kind of like the transfers. That's the word I was looking for. Kind of like the liquid transfers you would use on models.
Right.
For the pinstripes and stuff like that. But instead of water, it was a rubbing kind of thing.
Right.
And they had these very interesting ones, and I got a lot of them, but they were very much one-shot uses. You create your story, and then you were done.
Right.
You couldn't peel them off and put them back on. I had a whole lot of those. Transfer tattoos were big in the late 70s.
Right.
That was, again, the kind of transfers where it was this vinyl applique that you would get wet and you'd put on your arm, and then you peel it off, and you had a tattoo for about, I don't know, 24 hours.
Right.
It started to kind of fall apart, and then it would come off completely when you'd shower. I grade school, we sponsored these sock hops that I used to go to. So I used to do the whole pompadour thing and the candy cigarettes rolled up in my t-shirt and whatnot, and so I of course would have to get those transfer tattoos because 50s. My mom was a big influence on me, so when Back to the Future came out, that had a huge impact on me because my mom was as into it as I was, and she took me to the theater to see all of those movies, and this was huge nostalgia for her because she was the 50s and I was the 80s, and we were in lockstep simpatico on this, and going to see Back to the Future with your mom, who was able to relate to Lorraine and what was McFly's father, the father's name? George and Lorraine. Mm-hmm. She was able to relate to their time. This was a wonderful experience for me, and she taught me how to jitterbug, so that when I went to those sock ops in the late 70s, early 80s, I knew how to jitterbug. I won a jitterbug contest in grade school because of that.
I just want to point out, Troy, that you went to see Back to the Future and had all kinds of nostalgic memories for it, and never once did you think that was a 90s movie, even though it was in 85, just like Thundercats was in 85, but you thought...
I never really... Yeah, no, I didn't, because I saw that as almost a 50s movie.
No, but you said 85.
Did I say? Okay, fair enough.
1985. It's a 1985 movie, and you have good memories of it. Going to the theater.
I absolutely do.
You didn't mistake it for being a 90s movie like you mistook a 1985 cartoon for being a 90s
movie.
movie.
Should probably get off the topic of Back to the Future because the whole Oedipus thing, I don't really want to think about too much.
Well, I'm talking about
if Lorraine was my mom, I would have been completely...
Hold on. He's trying to clarify.
I'm trying to talk about...
I get it.
And you're going into incest anxiety? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what?
I've been drinking, man. Don't give me any shit. It's my birthday, damn it.
Troy, did you have a favorite 80s cartoon?
Oh, that's hard.
This might help with this, maybe, huh? DuckTales, maybe?
I wanted to watch... Well, first let me bring up Pitt Snipe Huskers comment. I wanted to watch, for my 12th birthday, Grandma bought me a really nice Seiko. Mickey Mouse. I was so beyond that, and I gushed and thanked Grandma. I was the same way. There was a lot of stuff that my grandparents got me that I was like, I was probably too old for, but I super appreciated. I got a lot of record books. Do you guys know what record books are? You get these 45 records tucked into a sleeve in a book, a story book, and you'd play it on a record player, and you'd read along with it.
Yeah,
and I had a bunch of Disney ones. I had a bunch of... I had the 3 Star Wars ones, Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi.
I had the Haunted Mansion one.
I had that, but it wasn't as a record book. It was something that my brother had. This was in the 80s. It was a vinyl record that was on the page, and you would put this little analog device onto it and press the button, and it would play the records. It was strange but kind of cool. But yeah, I had that too. And then, come the internet age, I would know about these stories from these books and whatnot. And I realized, these were based on Disney cartoons and stuff like that. So yeah, I totally get that. But was I on a topic? Have I completely gotten off topic here? Help me out, guys. What was I talking about?
Color forms.
She's going all the way back to color forms. Color forms was
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
do you
sorry.
remember, Michael? Do you know about Shrinky Dinks?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what was cool about Shrinky Dinks is you could buy these pre-printed Shrinky Dinks, and then you would color them with colored no, not colored markers, colored pencils,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd cut them out, and then you'd bake them in the oven, and
Right.
they would they were basically vinyl sheets that would shrink down to hard plastic, which was cool. I actually made a bunch of holiday ornaments out of them. I got a bunch of DC superhero ones. And you could also get blank sheets where you could trace whatever the hell you wanted and then
Mhm.
shrink them down,
Right.
make these plastic things. Yeah, they were big in the 70s, and then I kind of forgot about them in the 80s. Haven't thought much about them since, but they were a thing. They were a thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Wasn't there another one that involved like simulated stained glass? Wasn't that one too? What were those called?
You're right. I don't know that they had a special name, but that you would buy these craft projects
Right.
that were a metallic.
Yeah.
You think about a stained glass window. You
Right.
think about the outline of it, and then what you would do is you drop these little beads into the individual sections, bake them, and they would turn into these
Yep.
little stained glass like ornament things that you can they came with suction cups so you can hang them in the
Yep.
window and stuff.
And
I had a couple of those.
And
yeah.
you could just buy those those like pre molded plaster resin, whatever they were, statue kits with the paint already in the colors, and they would give you like a paint, like there was an Empire Strikes Back one that was just Luke on his tauntaun, and it was just this big white sort of like pre-molded statue.
Fuck, dude, I had all of those. I had the Yoda, I had the Luke on the tauntaun. I had all of those fuckers.
Right.
And they were basically plastic white statues that came with these they weren't even acrylic. Were they acrylic paints?
It had to have been something like that. Yeah, because they gave
like
you
that.
every color you needed, like to do.
And it was almost like a paint by numbers, and it would tell you what color you paint everything.
Right.
And I made look. Oh God, you guys are gonna laugh at me on this one. There was another thing.
I'm already laughing. Go ahead.
Of course. In the 80s, Pepperidge Farm had these different flavors of cookies.
Yep.
That were Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi.
Yeah, really.
Shaped. Yes.
The Mint Milano guys.
Right. Well, the chocolate ones were all just dark brown, so there was not much you could do with them. But the vanilla ones, you could get those, spray them with a lacquer, and then paint them.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did this.
Who would think to do this?
And I went to the trouble of buying it. It was an average of 3 different packages of these Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Yeah.
To get every single one of the cookies. So I could get one of each.
Yeah.
Spray them with lacquer and then paint them.
Yep.
And I had these painted using tester paints. So these weren't acrylic. These were enamel paints.
Right.
And they take a long time to dry. So I had them sitting on top of a I don't know what you'd call it, a credenza or something like that, to dry. My dad went into this thing looking for something, knocked them all down, and they fucking broke. And I was pissed. My dad didn't care. He's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have put them up there." Fuck you. Fuck you. No, guys, I don't even want to get into my history with my dad. He was an asshole.
Well, I still have 3 unused boxes of each flavor for Pepperidge Farm Return of the Jedi cookies. I have the flat.
Do you really?
Yeah, I've got the chocolate, vanilla, and whatever that other flavor was, and they're all just unused boxes for all 3.
Dude, if you are able to make molds of those,
they would.
No, not the boxes. The individual cookies.
I don't have any of the cookies. These are just the boxes.
Oh, I misunderstood.
What
Yeah,
did the cookies taste like?
I mean, they tasted like shortbread cookies, is what they were.
Yeah, they were actually really good. The chocolate ones were actually
Were
really
they like
really
chess
good.
the chessmen that they made?
Yeah,
Chess
yeah,
piece?
kind of like
Yes.
yeah.
Same recipe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if I heard that somebody out there actually has the iron molds of these things, it's like, dude, if you were to sell castings of that, they would sell.
Oh yeah,
they would.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely. I thought this too, Tim Hayes. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, absolutely. So I literally had painted like the Yoda.
Uh-huh.
I painted it to look like it looked wonderful, and then my dad fucking broke all of them. I'm like, fuck you. My dad was a drunken asshole. I'm a drunk, but I'm at least a fun drunk. You know,
Are you saying your dad tossed your cookies? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, dude, yeah, no.
I remember these cookies.
I hate to. This is going to be the downer of the stream, but my mother called me, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and she's like, look, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I need to tell you, your dad died. I'm like, oh, okay. Honestly, that was my relationship with my father. I'm like, so how did you know? Because she's been divorced from him for decades. And she's like, oh, Social Security let me know that I was getting a boost in my Social Security because my ex-husband died. I'm like, oh, well, congratulations, Mom. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's probably not something I should be bringing up on my birthday stream, but
it's your birthday. You can talk about what you want.
Yeah, fuck it. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Did you ever?
I didn't have a great relationship with my father.
Did you like 3CPOs?
C3POs. I know you're like.
You mean the cereal?
Yeah, the cereal.
He literally just said.
I fucking love that cereal.
Troy, he just said 3 CPOs.
Did I?
Yes. He's probably.
I get it that you're like 8 going on 87, but seriously.
A big Star Wars fan. Come on.
Yeah, you're a huge
Star Wars fan.
Are you saying you're a huge Star Wars
fact
fan?
that I knew what he was talking about is actually
right. You knew what he was talking about because that's what the weird kid on the playground would say.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, I remember the cereal, man. It was good.
That cereal was the same flavor as the Donkey Kong cereal and
the barrel cereal with the crunch.
Yes, it was that I think they called it peanut butter flavor, but it was not fucking peanut butter flavor. I don't know what that flavor was. I kind of liked it.
I don't see any good result from peanut butter and milk. I just don't think that's a good idea.
No, I agree with you, Michael. I was never a fan of the sweetened cereals. Believe it or not, here were my 3 big cereals when I was a kid.
Oh no.
Cheerios, like oat Cheerios,
right? Not the honey nut.
Not the honey nut. The regular Cheerios.
Okay.
Rice Krispies.
Okay.
And Rice Chex.
Okay, those all sound like the kind of cereals you would get motion sick in the backseat of a car and throw up.
You're right, but fuck you. Look, those were the cereals that
I grew up. I grew up on Rice Chex. I grew up on Rice Krispies.
Okay, fair enough.
I threw up Rice Krispies in the back of someone else's car.
Okay, okay. So you have some trauma that
it's not trauma so much as Gen X doesn't have trauma. Gen X just has memories we're ashamed of.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was not a Fruity Pebbles kind of guy. I was not any of these Cocoa Pebbles, honey crisp,
sugar smack.
I was not into those overly sweetened
cereals.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to have them. So,
well, I would have, if I had asked my mother for them, I probably would have gotten them, but I got nauseated when I went
Okay.
to a friend's house, spent the night, and that's what I had. I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Can I just get some dry toast? I'll be happy,
Grape nuts.
No, okay, so that's a little bit too far the other way. No, I was not a grape nuts guy.
Because I'm just saying, it sounds like your kind of cereal.
I even tried, what was that one?
They said to heat it up too, apparently. You could heat up your grape nuts.
I tried it. I didn't like it. I tried shredded wheat.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care for that one either.
That's because you didn't get the frosted mini wheats.
No, I tried that one too. I didn't like that either.
Oh my goodness.
I was
Hey, well, while we're on the subject of cereals in the 80s,
yes.
can we just posit this question? It's been bugging me for like 2 decades now.
Here we go.
All right? Okay.
Yeah.
I know everybody's talking about, inflation and stuff like that. We're going through another inflation period, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not bringing up politics. What I'm saying is there is a cereal that has been terminally expensive for 40 years.
Okay.
As if inflation existed around it like a bubble. Like, even when we weren't suffering inflation, it just kept going up and up and up. And yet, the box for this cereal is like as big as a pack of cigarettes. Go look at the price versus what you get volume-wise for Cracklin' Oat Bran. Go look.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's like you get a quarter of a bowl of cereal for $26. And I'm like, why? And it's been this way since the 80s. I'm at a loss. All right.
It's funny because I never got the Cracklin' Oat. Was that the
Okay, so this
O's?
is a Kellogg cereal. I've never had this. I don't even know what
are they
this
O
is.
shaped?
Well,
That's
if
my
you
question.
could afford it, you could try it. I mean, my God, it's stupid expensive.
Oh my gosh, okay, so I gotta see if I can find.
Hold on.
I don't know for sure. I'm gonna need to look for the nutrition information on this, but I swear, just to look at a picture of this, it looks like there's more fiber in it than fucking raw twine.
Look, that might be the case. I don't care about that. I care about the
Holy shit! I mean, when I say holy shit, I mean I think that's what you're gonna have if you eat this. Holy shit!
I don't know if I've ever had this.
Look, man, look at the size of the box you get versus the price you pay.
No, you're not wrong about that. You're right, Michael.
I mean, you go into a store these days and everyone's like, "Oh my God, cereal's so expensive." I'm like, Cracklin' Oat Bran has been super expensive since 1984. All right, this is crazy.
I don't know if I've ever had this. For starters, I almost thought they gave out little boxes. You know when you bought the little box variety pack,
right?
And it always came with some weird oat circle cereal, which I never ate. I never ate otherwise, but it came in the little when you got the little boxes of cereal packs.
Yeah. But see, the reason most people haven't had Cracklin' Oat Bran is because nobody could pay the king's ransom to eat 4 pieces of it. It's just stupid.
It doesn't look that good.
No, well, I'm not even speaking.
I would encourage everybody here, do a little research on where the whole concept of dry cereal came from. Go back to the origins of cornflakes and why it exists. You will find out the whole Kellogg concept stems from this weirdo asshole who was trying to convince people that masturbation was horrible.
Yeah.
And you see, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. And by
there
the
was
way,
a movie about this, wasn't there? It was it was a pseudo historic comedy
Was
about
Philip Seymour Hoffman in it? Because it sounds like something he'd be in.
probably, I don't know. But this whole idea that this idea of taking eating corn wasn't good enough. You had to turn it into a paste, make it into a mash, turn it into flakes, and then eat it as a cereal. And this bland cereal would be better for you than something a little bit more exciting that would lead you to the whole sin of masturbation. I kid you not.
Well, no, it's true.
I know this sounds fucking bizarre, like the ravings of a drunken guy. which I guess it kind of is right now. But seriously, do the research.
Yeah.
This guy Kellogg was a fuck nut. He
Yeah.
really was.
Oh, Road to Wellville.
Road to Wellville. Thank you,
Who's in
deleted.
it?
I
Anthony
knew
Hopkins.
the
Yeah.
movie guy would know this.
Yeah, okay.
Road to Wellville. What was that line? The girl asked the guy, do you masticate?
Yeah.
Yes, I chew.
All about cereal.
It was popular when a study came out saying oat bran reduced the risk of cancer. In all honesty, if you dig into the research on that, it had more to do with fiber in general than it did with oats specifically. But okay.
Well,
Then a few years later, the study was found to be bullshit. Yeah, because it wasn't about oats. This is the history of nutrition study, right? And
right.
I don't care what you think about Robert Kennedy. His recent discussion regarding the food pyramid is kind of spot on based on actual science. If you guys actually care about science, pay attention to it. Quit, belly aching about the source and pay attention to the actual science. He's actually spot on about it. But this whole idea that the history of the whole food pyramid and everything is more based on large companies paying the government, hey, promote whatever it is we're selling because, we'll pay for your reelection. Just saying. Do your research, folks. Don't take anybody's word for it.
Troy,
What?
on eBay, you can get a rare 1983 Kellogg's Cracklin' Oat Bran cereal box, flat, emptied, unused. VTG muffins. Maybe there's a recipe for muffins on it. You can get it. You get the box for $37.95.
See?
Our best offer.
Fuck all that bullshit,
Mint
guys.
condition cereal box.
I have been following, I've been paying attention on YouTube. There's a lot of channels that do, hey, make your own version of this McDonald's food or this packaged food or whatever it is. Guys, if you can make your own food and you know what the ingredients are going into it, you're going to be better off. I don't care if it's fucking full of sugar and fat, okay? At least you know it's real food and not some kind of chemical bullshit that some company is trying to convince you is safe and it's going to cause you fucking cancer in 10 years.
You know what Melinda grew up on every day for breakfast? This is
What's
no
that?
lie. Her mother gave her Cocoa Puffs and Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Before noon?
How is your wife so fucking gorgeous that
And
she
a
grew up with that
Pop-Tart on occasion. Like it was just crazy.
No, Netter used to be a big Pop-Tart person too. How are our hot wives?
I looked
eating
at her
all-
one day, I said, "How are you not diabetic?"
I know, right?
She's like, "I don't know." My mom admits now, she's like, she doesn't even understand why she made those decisions as a mother. She goes, "But I got to tell you, I was a very popular person with my friends because they always wanted to come over to my house because I had all the cool food. Like I had all the food that other parents
I don't
wouldn't
know,
let."
man. I used to go over to my buddy David's house. I'd spend the night there and I'd have breakfast and I'd be like, this is way too sweet for me. Can I get
Right.
some just like
Right.
toast?
There was always that friend. There was always that friend that had just a cupboard load of like Hostess ding dongs, like and stuff. Just like, know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And you were always like, "Who are your parents?" Like it was.
Okay, so here's another thing. We're kind of still, well, we're kind of coming out of the holiday season, but we've just been through the holiday season. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s, right, the holidays for you involved the Peanuts cartoons, right? Charlie Brown Christmas
Mhm.
and Halloween and all that kind of stuff.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Right, exactly.
Easter Beagle.
All hosted by Dolly Madison. Dolly
Oh,
Madison with their raspberry zingers
Oh
uh-huh.
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. You guys remember that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Those were kind of holiday treats for me just because they were
Mhm.
sponsored during those. I didn't eat them the whole rest of the year, but at the holidays I was like, I'd like a zinger.
Right.
And that's kind of what turned me on to coconut, because it was
Uh-huh.
coconut and raspberry.
Right.
So if you imagine, I think everybody here knows what a Twinkie is, right? So
Yeah.
imagine a Twinkie dipped in a raspberry syrup and then dipped into coconut. That's what a zinger is, basically.
Right.
I love those things just because of the peanuts. Linus and Lucy. Da, 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 da. Peanuts in our stocking was oranges and apples. Oh, you see, Snipe Husker kind of gets the whole British, uh, you know, kind of concept of Christmas that I talk about all the time, right? My grandmother was big on us having tangerines at Christmas.
Mm.
And tangerines are not in season at Christmas time.
Right.
So if you could get them, that was awesome stuff.
D-
Yeah, go
Did
ahead.
Did you know they did a Batman versus Superman cereal line where you could get either the Superman box or the Batman box for the Zack Snyder movie?
No, I didn't pay attention to any of the marketing for that bullshit.
Caramel Crunch cereal. What there? This is a kid's product for that movie. Chocolate strawberry cereal for
Didn't
Batman.
help the movie actually make money, to be honest. Just saying. Just saying. That was still a shit movie that only the Snyder Bros give a shit about. It didn't make a profit. Just that nihilistic bullshit superhero that Snyder created. Um, okay, just saying, not my Superman. Not my Superman. I was much more of a Ruby Spears type of Superman.
Mm.
You guys know what I'm talking. Well, you older folks know what Ruby Spears is. And
Michael,
Fleischer Superman.
Michael, did you know Ruby Spears did a Mega Man cartoon?
Yes.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course he did.
Yeah. And the Superman cartoon was 87 or 88, I believe.
What sucks about Michael French is, even as a younger brother to me, he still knows a bunch more shit than I do. He's well more versed in fandom than I am.
You ever heard that phrase, Troy? If you're happy, you're not paying attention.
Well, yes.
Oh,
That's
I'm not. I
true.
know. I'm digging on myself on this one, not you. People are always like, "Oh, Michael's so grumpy." It's like, gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
reality's caught up with me, for fuck's sake. Yeah,
Like,
I get it.
when I was a kid, I've been told this since I was a kid because I wasn't self aware at that point. My mom would take me to the movie.
Netter wants me to start drinking more soda because she knows how drunk I am.
My mom would take me to the movies, and all the other kids in the movies, whether it was Bambi, or whatever, they'd all be laughing and stuff. And she said that I'd be sitting here like this the whole movie, and she thought something
Yeah.
was wrong with me at first.
Yeah.
And then we'd be driving home, and she'd be talking with my brother or whatever in the car about the movie, and my brother or her would be saying, "Oh, and then there was that scene where blah blah blah," and then I would look over and go, "No, actually, he said this, blah 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 blah," and then she said this, blah blah blah, and then this happened, and they were like, "Oh, he's like reading the movie, like he's like internalizing it." So
Yeah.
I'm just cursed. I'm just cursed.
Yeah, I understand. Mark Daly says Ruby Spears took over the Superman license when the Super Friends cartoon was canceled. The Danny Dark Super friends, Superman will always be my Superman. I've got all of those that you mentioned on DVD because that's just the way I am. Well, I got to be honest. Netter and I used to go to the Superman celebration in Metropolis, Illinois every year. And we would get together with all the Facebook groups, you know, the meetups and stuff. And we get all these door prizes. So I ended up with all these DVDs of Superman cartoons and stuff that I'd never seen otherwise. And I've got stuff I don't even know about because we got so much stuff.
It was one of them, the Ruby Spears Superman.
Yes. I've got all of those.
They did a Wonder Woman crossover in that cartoon, right? Where he goes to Amazon, meets the Amazon.
That I don't remember for certain. Okay. But I remember from the comics, absolutely. Where she brings Clark to Themyscira, but because he was a man, he wasn't allowed to set foot on Paradise Island.
Yes.
So he had to fly the whole time he was there above the ground, just to respect their rules or whatever, which Hippolyta thought was pretty cool that he actually did that, you know. But that's Clark.
Batman wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, he's like, screw you. Whatever. I'm just doing the
okay, fine. I'll stay in the Batmobile the whole time and just
yeah. Tell me when you're ready to go, Diane. Just
or the Batwing.
You know, you guys are all misanthropes, you bitches.
I'll just play chess online with Alfred.
Right, exactly.
Alfred. They did an Alfred television series, Pennyworth.
Yep.
Did they really?
Yes, and I'm like, it's the Butler. I'm not watching this. No, I'm not joking.
I'm not even following a lot of this new shit that they're doing.
This was from a few years ago, and it's like they always do this Batman adjacent stuff. We never get an actual Batman series. It's always like we're not going to give you exactly what you want. You're going to have to deal with it. Keep in mind,
during Smallville, they wanted to use Superman, they couldn't, so they used Green Arrow instead.
You mean Batman?
Yeah, he's basically the same thing.
I think that worked out better, though, because I liked Green Arrow on that show. I thought that was better than just throwing.
Yeah, and then when they decided to give him his own series, they completely rebooted and made him a whole different fucker. You know, it's like
WB basically turned Green Arrow into Batman anyway.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
And gave him Ra's al Ghul as one of his villains one season.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I didn't even know that.
And then, like one of the last episodes of Arrow that I actually watched. This was before I quit watching television altogether. Not because of Arrow, but for other reasons.
In general, yeah.
Because it sucked. I'm sorry.
Because it sucked. Yeah, pretty much. They actually name drop Batman in an episode where it's a
shocker. They're allowed to do that? Wow.
Hey, the Bat wants a meeting. You know, so he goes off and he meets Batman, but it happens off screen.
That's, I've always said about DC, this is what drives me up the wall. Marvel has been split between Universal and 20th Century Fox and Disney and all these things for so long because Marvel Studios licensed out to all of these other studios just to be able to get out of bankruptcy. That's the real history of Marvel before Disney started buying up all of Marvel. DC was always owned lock, stock, and barrel by Warner Brothers. There was never a rights issue within DC. And yet, for whatever fucking reason, they could not allow their peas and carrots to touch on their plate. If you had somebody doing a Batman movie, you couldn't have someone doing a Batman TV series that used the same characters. If you had a Superman, Smallville or whatever, and Batman is in the movies, nope, you can't do anything with any characters that touch Batman because peas and carrots. And
Well,
it's like,
they need to unify.
yes, this is what I've said all along. Where Disney was trying to marvelize, was trying to unify Marvel, DC was trying to divide
Or
it.
if he's going to have the chance to.
Oh,
But
for fuck's sake!
you know,
And
I mean,
I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you know, we are still getting Batman Part 2, Pattinson Batman.
God help us,
Um,
right? And
where
under James Gunn, we're getting Woman of Tomorrow and
Clayface.
Clayface and whatever the Superman is, Man of Tomorrow. It's all this modern shit that nobody cares about. You've got fucking 75 years of these DC characters, but you're using the shit in the past 10 years that people hate. That's fucking
Clayface
brilliant.
is my favorite superhero, though. Come on.
I see what you did there, Boomer, you asshole. For crying out
Unlike
loud.
Batman, who's a villain, at least if I'm going by
Meanwhile,
Kate
here
Crusader
I
cartoon.
am.
Okay.
Here I am reading these. Well, I'm going to have to go big screen in order to share these with you. But I'm reading these books. This Batman Resurrection, and what is this? This is Batman. I just got this one, Revolution. I haven't even read it yet. These are set in the Nolan verse. Excuse me, not Nolan verse. Burton verse. If they had kept going, so these are these are actually set between Batman '89 and Batman Returns. So you have to imagine in your mind, this is Michael Keaton's Batman. And this is really good stuff. The first book is, of course, the villain is Clayface, and Professor, what is his name?
Pig.
Pardon me?
Professor Pig?
No. Strange. Doctor Strange. No, not Doctor Strange.
Hugo
Ivo
Strange.
Strange. Hugo Strange. Yes, thank you. And Clayface is pretending to be the Jack Nicholson Joker. And then the second book is the Riddler, which sounds very interesting to me.
Not
So
Jim Carrey Riddler.
No, not Jim Carrey Riddler. Although it's very interesting, they've done from what I've read, aside from the books themselves, apparently they are writing this in such a way that the Riddler that appears in the comics and the Riddler that appears in the novels are two different Riddlers that could coexist. The way they wrote them, they're actually working together, which I think is actually kind of brilliant. The Batman '89 comics, so definitely check that out. Batman '89 comics goes into Two-Face, played by Billy D. Williams. So
cool.
Yeah, the Batman '89 is being developed in books and comic books, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody doesn't make use of some AI to make these into movies at some point, and I wouldn't be upset if they did that. I'm rereading the Guns of August. It seems oddly timely. There you go.
Well, in the old days, Warner Brothers might have commissioned an animated movie because they used to do all these direct-to-video animated movies for DC, and now they don't seem to do that like they used to.
So Disney is doing all this bullshit where they keep turning all their cartoons into or their animated
live-action movies
into live action. I wish Disney would, or excuse me, the DC would just fucking do that. Just take your animated features, turn them into live action. And get James Gunn out of it. Just get him out of it. Just get some comic guys in charge of your movies. Just I don't know. And I don't mean like recent comic guys like Jim Lee and these recent guys. I'm talking, people that know what the fuck they're doing. When was the last time DC even did an animated adaptation? That's a good question. Boomer, do you know the answer to that?
They did this. They did that weird anime one where it's Batman versus Yakuza League, which I may need to check out because I seem to be one of the few people that like the Batman Ninja, but that was sort of a Japanese project they did over there. They did Aztec Batman, Clash of the Empires. What is this thing?
I don't even know.
It's
It
like,
may be an Elseworld thing.
yeah, I think it's an Elseworlds thing where it's like if
That
Batman
makes
was
sense. That makes
was
sense.
in the Aztec Empire. Is he fighting the Joker? Who's he fighting here?
No.
Oh, he's fighting someone looks like. Oh, it looks like a conquistador version of Two Face. Well, that's interesting.
I would very much encourage you guys, if you guys are comic book fans, check out the Elseworld comics. There are some great ones out there. It takes the DC Comics characters and it's kind of the DC version of What If from Marvel, but in some cases, it's like putting these characters into completely different time eras. Like Gotham by Gaslight has Batman as a Sherlock Holmes type character, solving the mystery of Jack the Ripper. That's Gotham by Gaslight.
I saw the movie adaptation that I didn't care for, but that's not necessarily a knock on the comic.
No, the comics are
really
great.
yeah.
Sometimes the movies suck. There was actually a really good. Oh God, this still gives me nightmares. There was one called Batman: Holy Terror. It's set in a world where the United States is a commonwealth in a world where Oliver Cromwell didn't die when he did. So it's this Catholic Church, run United States. Bruce Wayne is a priest of the Catholic Church, and his parents, he doesn't know this, but his parents were assassinated by the church because they were ministering. Of course, remember that Thomas Wayne was a medical doctor and he was ministering to the sick, including prostitutes. So they were assassinated by the church. And Bruce Wayne finds out about this, and he becomes Batman, wearing a costume that was a demon costume from a passion play that he had once done. And he goes into the Vatican research laboratory to discover that they have kidnapped metahumans to try to, if they can't convert them to the Catholic faith, then they are being exterminated. And the Catholic Church of Batman's day does not execute witches, they convert them. So he ends up fighting a brainwashed Zatanna at one point. He finds a refugee from Atlantis, dead and being experimented on. Turns out his name was Arthur Curry. And the last one that he finds, exposed to a green radiating rock, is strung up on a cruciform laboratory experiment, dead. An alien from another planet with great powers that under different circumstances might have been the salvation of this world, but was destroyed by the church because they couldn't control him. Very, very dark story. Batman Holy Terror. Look into it, guys.
That almost sounds like the Superman Red Sun, like it's in that vein or something. Right?
Red Sun was. I didn't see the cartoon that they created, but there was a Red Sun. So the what if of that is, what if Kal-El, instead of landing in Smallville, Kansas, what if he had landed in Moscow? And he was raised by the Soviet Union. Very interesting story. Very interesting story. I have that comic as well. And what's interesting is most of the alternate Superman stories is regardless of what his alternate history is, he ends up eventually becoming the Superman we know. So even though he grew up as a Soviet, he ends up becoming the Superman for the world.
Well, that makes sense. This is why I like it when I see Ultraman portrayed as a different Kryptonian, not as Kal-El when they do that Elseworld.
Right.
Instead, because I know sometimes they treat it like it's Kal-El, and then other times I've seen it treated like, no, he's a different Kryptonian that came to Earth. I prefer it when it's a different one. Trey, I have to go. It's getting late, but happy birthday. Happy belated
That's fair,
birthday.
buddy.
Yeah?
You
All
take
right.
care. There's one other thing that I wanted to share on this particular topic, and that was a Elseworld comic called Speeding Bullet. And the what if is, what if Kal-El, instead of landing in Smallville, Kansas, landed in Gotham City and was adopted by the Waynes. So effectively, he becomes Bruce Wayne. He is adopted. They don't end up having their own child. They adopt Kal-El as their son. When they go to the theater to see Zorro, as they leave, they're attacked by Joe Chill. Joe Chill kills his parents, and Clark fucking loses it and blasts him with his heat vision. Just kills him fucking right there. And he's traumatized by that. And take care, Boomer. What's the name of his butler? Help me out here, guys. Alfred, thank you. Alfred helps him through his trauma. Says you have some powers that you need to learn to control, so that this doesn't happen again. And he's going through the whole thing that Bruce Wayne did. And he's sitting in that chair as the bat breaks through the window. And he decides to become Batman. And he uses his powers to be Batman. So he's basically Batman with the powers of Superman. Great start to the story. But then they start working in all the Metropolis angle, and Lois comes to Gotham, and Lex Luthor ends up having an accident that results in him becoming Joker. And it's just fucking bizarre. It just becomes kind of stupid. And I'm like, you guys were onto something here. You had a good story going. What the hell happened in the middle of this shit? But you guys decide for yourself. Go out there, find these Elseworld comics and check them out. They're definitely worth it. But George Reeve was a distant cousin to my great granddad. That's interesting, Pit Sniper. That is very, very interesting. I love the George Reeve series. In fact, hell, I was actually able to help out Michael with his collection, because otherwise the Warner Brothers would have fucked him over. Not all media is made the same, right? Gonna private this. Gonna private this stream, but head over to Troy's channel for the rest of the stream. Okay, fair enough, dude. You don't have to do that. You can just this will keep going to your stream. There's no reason you have to private it, but whatever. Unless I said something that's getting you hit by YouTube, because let's face it, YouTube can do whatever the fuck they want from time to time. Just saying. Unless I'm mistaken, Michael and I are probably going to be doing a stream in the very near future talking about YouTube chicanery.
Yes, of which now we both sadly have stories to tell.
Well, I have. Yeah, mine are not as grim as your. Well,
but it's all part and parcel to the same string of evidence.
It kind of is. I think I mentioned it during Liquid Lunch today, guys. I had to private at least 2 live streams because I did a promo that included 30 seconds of TARDIS sound effects.
Oh,
Keep
God.
in mind, the TARDIS sound effects are literally just keys being run over piano wires.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole stream was demonetized, and the money for it was going to go to presumably the BBC. And I'm like, fuck you on that. You are not getting my money. I would
Right.
rather private it and nobody get it.
Yep.
Fuck you. You know? But interestingly, the most popular video on my stream is a short that involves that same sound effect. But the shorts have a different terms of service than your regular streams. So I guess it's okay for me to continue to put that out there. But it does point people to my channel for the Sunday live streams where I am doing rewatches of classic Doctor Who. Last week was the first 2 episodes, including the Timeless Child, and we will be completing the Timeless Child serial this week, Sunday. Oh, hell, some of my favorite people are here on YouTube, but it seems like every one of them is getting screwed on the regular. Yes, that is very true. Keep in mind that I've said this many times before. People are so eager to become monetized and receive AdSense. The AdSense that I've made since I became eligible is in the pennies. It's not even worth it. So when I'm told my stream is demonetized, it's not really that big a hit. The real money comes from, I hate to sound like PBS, but orders like you. Those of you that become members on this channel, that drop the super chats and the gifties and the so forth, you guys are the ones that really make it possible for me to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm starting to wonder if I should talk to you, Michael, off screen and find out a little bit more about this whole Patreon thing, and if I should start a Patreon. I'm hearing mixed things because between you and Tony, I'm getting kind of mixed messages.
I'm on Tony's side with what happened and what he decided to do. It's just more of a right now. Tony's far more active and kind of like going through a content high, whereas I'm not. So I don't see any reason to try and switch over, right now. So Patreon is, you think YouTube has pulled self-inflicted wounds. Patreon has practically cut its own nuts off. I mean, it's just,
I honestly feel like, one of the things that I don't, for all the self-promotion that I do here, and I talk about memberships and I talk about, I do all the promos. I didn't do a promo tonight because I just, I didn't feel like it, to be honest with you. But those of you that follow me for Liquid Lunch every day know I do the promos to tell you what else I've got coming up during the week. And you guys can certainly do the super chat, super thanks, and so forth. One of the things I don't promote as much as I should is in every stream, in every description of every video, I have our PayPal link so that you can buy me a drink. Well, you can buy me or Netter a drink. You can specify, no, this is going to Netter because she's got to put up with Troy's bullshit. That's absolutely fair. You can absolutely do that as well. But that is really what's keeping this channel alive, because YouTube does not give a shit. They really don't. It's funny because I've got a handful of people that follow me on Rumble, and I actually make significant money on Rumble. There's actually money sitting in my account on Rumble, and they're like, Troy, you need to do something with this. You need to either whatever.
Withdraw.
You withdraw or
Mhm.
like, I'm like, okay, fine. Because you guys watch a video over there on the Rumble, and I actually make money there
Mhm.
from AdSense, and they don't even do a lot of ads. They
Right.
do, from what you guys have told me, from the feedback I've gotten from you guys, they do far less ads than YouTube does.
Mhm.
And yet I make more in ad money from them than I do on YouTube. Just
Right.
don't know what to tell you about that. The downside is Rumble doesn't have any sort. We talk about the algorithm here.
Mhm.
There is no algorithm over there. There is no promotion of our channels. There is no whatever. If you don't subscribe over there on Rumble, you won't even know that I exist over there. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I see the Liquid Lunch streams, but I ignore them because I know that I ain't gonna get a damn thing done the rest of the day if I lunch with Troy. That's fair. That is fair. But Pit Snipe Husker, just keep in mind you can always add me to your watch later, and you can watch me when you get home later on. There's nothing that says you can't. Yeah, that's true. Rumble is far more friendly to live streamers. At which this is exactly why I do all of my karaoke streams over there, because I don't get hit with a bunch of fucking look. There is the letter of the law and there's the spirit of the law. The spirit of the copyright law is they don't want there to be any confusion. If I do a cover of a song, they don't want you to think that this is actually that song and you're taking money from it, right? Let's face it, nobody is going to hear my fucking voice and think that I am the original, singer of the song. This is, nobody's listening to me instead of Elvis or instead of Frank Sinatra or instead of Dean Martin. Okay, let's be honest here. But YouTube is draconian about it, as opposed to Rumble, which is, let's face it, it's the Freedom Channel. It really is. You insert your own opinions about copyright law here. I should, Troy, but I like the lives where I can chat with you and the gang. I've actually gotten a lot of feedback about that. People seem to love the direct interaction with the channel. You're lucky because I only have so many subscribers. I only have so many people that follow me on a daily basis. If I was as big as Michael French,
No.
you drop a chat in Michael French's live chat, he ain't gonna see it.
Oh my God. What did I miss this time? What did I miss?
I'm giving you shit, Michael, but the fact is you have missed more of my comments than you've seen of my comments.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's
man.
true.
Well,
No, I'm really not trying to give you any grief. You really do have so many chats. There's no way you can keep up. Unless I drop a super chat, you're not going to see my chat because it gets lost.
True, but I always show up here.
That is true. That is absolutely
I don't
true.
show up I don't go to other shows.
I kind of feel like I kind of feel bad because I feel like you show up here out of some sense of obligation or something.
No, I show up here because you're the only person I like.
That's saying something because he doesn't like a lot of people. He's pretty. Some people would say Michael's an asshole. I wouldn't say that, but a lot of people do.
Their problem.
I get the impression, I don't know if this is true, but I get the impression there's a lot of people that don't like me either.
Oh, really?
I get that impression. Somebody told me that there was a troll who used to be a regular subscriber, regular in the chat and whatnot, who for whatever reason didn't like me. And he's got a channel where he talks about other YouTubers and says they're fucking assholes and look at this shit and stuff like that. I I've actually forgotten who this fucker is, so I don't even know. But yeah, you know, we've got our haters, Michael. So
Right.
I feel like although I'm not as big a channel as you are, I've at least got 1 or 2 haters. So I must be doing something right, in my opinion.
I can't imagine first of all, I can't imagine somebody just aggressively hating a YouTuber anyway. Like, what a waste of your life. But in your case, I'm
Right.
like, why?
Right.
Like, what on earth could Troy have done to somebody? Like, really?
Well, I gotta say, there was a channel that I was affiliated with just when I was just starting.
Mm-hmm.
That I made a comment on one of his, and I considered myself good friends with him. Netter and I
Right.
used to, well, kind of like you. We would send them Christmas gifts.
Right.
I sent a lot of gifts for his daughter who was autistic.
Uh-huh.
I got a special place in my heart because my brother was autistic, you know, so whatnot. I'd send sticker books and all kinds of things. And I made a comment on one of his videos because, Michael, you know, sometimes us YouTubers might not agree on 100% of everything.
True.
Sometimes I might disagree with you and you might disagree with me. And I might make a comment on one of your videos where I disagree with you. Heaven forbid. Well, he didn't think that was acceptable. And he literally blocked me from his YouTube channel. He said, I got to protect my brand. And I'm like, oh, your brand is more important than friendship. Well, fuck you very much.
Yeah, for real. That just,
you know,
the friendship.
So when literally when my brother died,
mm-hmm.
you know, and I did one video where I mentioned it.
Right.
Know, I'm grieving. My brother passed away.
Right.
I'm kind of struggling. Sorry, guys. I may not be as much fun as usual. He sent a sympathy card.
Uh-huh.
To which I didn't respond because fuck you.
Right.
I don't give a shit what you have to say now. Your brand, your channel is more important than another human being. So fuck you.
Right. Exactly.
You know, just saying.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And I know, talking to you, I know you and I are.
Oh yeah,
100% simpatico on this concept. There were people on YouTube I considered good friends, but they backstabbed both me and Michael. Yeah, well, geez, if you're a friend of Michael's, you got to be prepared.
You're in the
blast. Some assholes out there.
You're in a blast zone, and I don't even understand why we're in a blast zone. But
I'm good with that blast zone because I am happy to find out if you are against Michael French, you can fuck the fuck right off because you would not get along with me. You just would.
Dude, the whole thing you were talking about a second ago about the guy who's obsessed with, you know, his brand over his friendships and stuff. I've always found it weird when these people are always like putting out these disclaimers where they're like, now, I don't always agree with Joe Rando 42 in his YouTube channel, but it's like, why are you even saying that? Like, nobody agrees 100% with anybody.
I know, anything. Right? Like, there are a lot of things that Michael and I do not agree about, and that's fine. And I'll be honest with you, I've actually like gone kick gloves where I, you know, say, well,
really?
Michael, I'm gonna get this HasLab thing because I really have to have.
I don't care about that.
And it's like, I don't give a fuck. You spend your money on whatever the fuck you want to, you dumbass.
I don't care.
You know, I mean, it's your money to piss away.
It's just so weird. It's like I don't go into any sort of friendship or association needing to put out a disclaimer that, hey, there's going to come a time where I disagree with you or don't agree with you about something. No
so
shit. Like what?
Just to be, and I'll tell you what, people listening to this stream can do the deduction and figure out who I'm talking about. But this particular YouTuber that I had a falling out with, there are at least two streams that Lion-O did a video about him.
Oh, Lio Convoy? Yeah.
Excuse me, Lio Convoy. Yes, thank you. And I saw these videos and I was like, dude, oh, this guy's I was like, he was my brother. And then he just said, screw you. And I'm like, no problem.
Right.
I'm done. Because and he just goes off about, you know, some of his content and his high mind and his look. I agree with a lot of the things he said. That's why I was a fan of his. But I realized that he put his fandom and, more importantly, his YouTube channel and his brand above real people. And it's like,
And this is
okay.
someone Lio did videos about, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we could talk about it backstage if you want to. You probably don't even know who it is. You may have seen his videos and not even know who this.
Do you know,
asshole is.
I was listening to Lio's videos today. I don't even have context for half the stuff that he A-logs, but
Yeah.
I listen to it constantly because it is a valuable window into youth culture.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's like I learned through osmosis about youth culture through him, so I don't walk out, into the world blind just to go get a burger or something,
Yeah, Tim Hayes, his brand and fandom. You mean YouTube counts as a brand and a fan? I mean, look, I'm not going to besmirch, because let's face it, this is my full-time gig now, right? So I can't poo-poo that, but I would never put any job, any occupation above real human beings and friendships. Friendships and family are like this.
Yep.
Right? It's a question of honor.
Yep.
And look, I'm going to put a fine point on this, people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't claim to be a Christian and tell me that you're putting your brand and your YouTube channel above your brother.
Right.
Screw you.
Right.
Your religion is a facade.
Right.
Then.
Right. Well, so many just use it as a talking point.
Yeah, and look, I'm of the mind that I have gone through my agnostic period. I've gone through my sold out Christian period. I've gone through all of it. I'm still a believer, but I'm not on speaking grounds with the big cat at the top of the stairs for my own personal reasons. But I will never dishonor or besmirch someone else's religious convictions, because what an asshole-ish thing to do.
Yeah, right.
But I'm going to call you out if you're a fucking hypocrite.
Sure.
And I'll do that with any Christian. Look, I know the scriptures.
Right.
So if you're going to claim to be a Christian, you better know the scriptures too.
This is a guy who knows a lot more than just the story of Jonah and the whale, everyone.
Yes, exactly right. Well, this YouTuber I'm talking about, he has a channel where he has his fandom channel, but he's also got a religious channel where he talks about religious things. And it's like, dude, what did Christ say about the Pharisees? That's you, my friend.
Right.
That's you. Just saying.
Yeah. Also, it's really not smart to go out there and start making a lot of statements about the scriptures when Lio Convoy is watching. Like, that's just not a good idea. Like, it's just not.
That's interesting. Is he someone who really knows his?
He knows the scriptures the way I know Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, it's out of, like,
I gotta check out more of his stuff then,
yeah,
because he and I probably have chewed a lot of the same ground too. I know my scriptures. I know the difference between what you've probably read and the original Greek and the original Aramaic.
Right.
I mean, I've done that kind of digging into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Janet, good to see you. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I super, super appreciate seeing you. Keep in mind, in case anybody is confused, if you are a member of my channel, whether you became a member of my channel by choice or you were gifted a membership to my channel, I always tag you in my videos so that you know that I've gone live. So don't be confused. There's a mention of you because I have you tagged in the description below. And I always encourage everybody, please check out all of the people that make this channel possible by following them, giving them a subscribe in the description below. I don't know about that, Mark. And welcome, by the way. I'm assuming you're home from the dilithium mines. Welcome. Religion and fandom, not a good combination. It doesn't have to be that way, but I do think there are people that make that true, unfortunately. I am not going to put you on the spot, Michael, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna express my perspective. I don't even know if you have any religious convictions. I could guess.
Well, you and I have talked about before. I remember I
was probably drunk at the time, to be honest.
No, I remember I grew up going to convent school.
You too?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so definitely.
And then I spent a lot of time in a Catholic high school, after that too.
I did not go to a Catholic high school because we couldn't afford it.
Right.
I had to go to a public.
I spent my grade school years in a convent school. Then when I wasn't in a religious school, I was in England, where I was in and out of cathedrals the whole time anyway. Studying all the history of everything. And
Anglican though, right?
Well, I'm referring to the whole historical bend, where I'm going to cathedrals and monasteries. And so in other words, my Catholic history training continued unabated in a different way when I was in the UK. And then I came back and I went into a Catholic high school. So yeah.
So I was dyed in the wool Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Catholic, Boy Scouts, the whole 9 yards. Every year at Easter, I would help my mother make these lamb cakes.
Right.
These, yellow cakes with coconut frosting in the shape of a lamb, and we would take them over to the convent. The first year we did it, we took one over to the priests as well at the rectory. Mm-hmm. We suddenly very quickly noticed there was a huge difference between the nuns and the priests.
Yeah,
the priests had a gal that worked like a receptionist, mm-hmm. who took the cake from us, whereas the nuns all were one of the nuns would answer the door. They didn't have the only servant that the nuns had was someone from the parish that drove for them if they needed to drive anywhere, and she was a volunteer, mm-hmm. because none of the nuns owned a car, so that there was that. Otherwise, they took care of the house themselves. They did all the work themselves, whereas the priests had servants, basically.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? The nuns deserve the cake, the priests not so much. Yeah. And the nuns were so appreciative. Sure. The sister would come and answer the door, and oh, thank you, that's so sweet. She says, whose class are you in? Oh, Sister Julita, one of your students is here. It was every year was like that. It was so wonderful. These were truly God-fearing women. Is the only way I could say it, know? And that's how I grew up through grade school. High school, I went to a public school. I went to technically a Catholic college, mm-hmm. university, DePaul University here in the Chicago area. But I was very much going through my agnostic period.
Right.
And then in the early 90s, after Netta and I got married, met a guy at the place I was working who invited me out to church, non-denominational church.
Right.
kind of went through a little bit of a conversion there. I don't know why I'm sharing my whole conversion story with you, but what the hell? What the hell?
Your birthday.
It's my show. It's my show. I can do it. And so Netter and I started going to this non-denominational church, very, very Bible-based.
Mm-hmm.
Did more reading of the Bible with them than I ever did in Catholic school.
Mm.
You know, Catholic does not promote a lot of Bible reading. They promote more pay attention in catechism and learn what we teach you. And one of the first scriptures I learned as I studied the Bible was the passage from Hebrews about the Bereans.
Right.
The Bereans being a more noble church than the Church of Thessalonica, because they received the message daily from the apostles and then checked their scriptures every day to see if what the apostles said was true.
Right, right.
And the guy I was studying the Bible with said, so you see, God feels that it is noble for you to not accept anything on faith. Don't just take anything that a priest tells you. Check the scripture and see if what he's saying is on the up and up.
Right.
I'm like, man, that's a religion I can get behind. You know, don't believe people. You know, believe the overall, and don't just believe what they say the catechism is. What is the Holy Work saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people haven't read the Bible. A lot of people have their opinions of the Bible without having actually read it.
Right.
If you actually read it, you're like, hey, there's something very different here than what that church is teaching.
Right.
You know?
It also depends on who's the person at the pulpit.
Real quick, I want to say hi to Six. Six, thank you so much. That is sweet of you to drop a tenner on me to say happy birthday. Thank you so much. I super appreciate you. You are the best. You really, really are. I don't see you enough around here. I get encouraged every time I see you. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. But anyway, so do you, again, this is kind of a personal question.
I don't have any skeletons, so just go ahead.
Okay. So this is kind of a personal question. Do you consider yourself to still be Christian? Do you consider yourself Catholic, Anglican, or do you consider yourself agnostic? Where are you at on
that? Okay, so I grew up with a Catholic father and a Protestant mother. And then
I was the reverse. I had a Catholic mother and a Protestant father.
Right. And then my grandfather on my dad's side was full Anglican because he was Anglican and his wife was the Catholic, my grandmother.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So there was that kind of whole thing.
Was your grandfather, was he British?
No, he was, we think. My grandmother was definitely British heritage. Like
but she wasn't Anglican.
No, she was Catholic. and then my granddad, we think, which is weird. Okay, this is where it gets funnier.
Yeah.
My granddad, we think there was some Irish background in him, but he ended up being the Anglican one.
Interesting.
How do you do that? I don't know. But yeah, so no, I guess what I would say to that is, yeah, I probably still just will hold on to the Catholic thing just because this is gonna sound so bad. I don't mean it this way, but I probably hold on to that as an identifier because of the lore, Troy. The lore. You know, like
there's something to be said for that. I mean, we consider these lore franchises, the mythology and so forth. We definitely relate to that, and I think religion kind of falls into that. I think that trying to separate those is a fool's errand, and I think that the entertainment industry should understand that. If they understood that, they would be doing much better. But they are so atheist.
Right.
They want to destroy any belief system.
I used to in a good-natured way, although some people didn't take it as such, decades ago, when I was on the Indiana Jones forums a lot, there used to be these discussions, and some people, you know how some people like they can't read the room and they just get in there and start mouthing off.
Right.
There were these people that would get in there every now and then, and they'd be like, I just don't think Indiana Jones works when it's not a Christian relic. It's supposed to be a Christian series of movies. And it's like, says,
did they not see the second movie?
They always hate the second movie. They hate anything. They only like the two, you know. And I
Jeez.
I would always go, I was like, well, first of all, that's not true. Like, it was always just supposed to be a historical series of films, like a archaeological thing. I said, but I was like, so what's your background? And they would say something. They would usually be a Protestant denomination of some kind,
Sure.
America, right? And I would go, I said, well, I can see then why you feel disenfranchised. And they were like, what? And I go, well, I was like, the Ark of the Covenant is a Judaic relic. It's a Hebrew relic. And I said, the Holy Grail is a Catholic myth. So you guys are probably feeling a little rubbed the wrong way because you're back.
That's kind of funny.
And they were like, oh, I'm going to Michael. And I'd be like, yeah, and then I run off. So, yeah.
Well, and so, I mean, if you really pay attention, you get the impression that Indiana Jones is agnostic.
He's a historian.
Yeah. He doesn't necessarily believe in any of this stuff, and yet he experiences this stuff and starts to go, well, maybe. But the important point is, as a historian, he knows the lore.
That's my point. He knows everything about it. So, like, the moment something starts to go down, he's like, "Oh, I need to close my eyes on this. I've read the book. You know, like I know what's about to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
that is pretty. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be really honest about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, to this day, as many times as I've seen that movie, at this point, I still don't know what Indiana Jones believes. But he's being safe. He's close your eyes, Marion. Close your eyes.
Well, but
just to be on the safe side. Something's happening. These Nazis are getting their faces fucking melted. Let's not go with them.
I do think there's a hint, though, in the beginning of the movie where he's talking to the government guys, you know, because he says to them, he starts giving them the lore. Right. And they're like, what? And he goes, didn't any of you guys ever go to Sunday school?
I know, right?
Right. So clearly on some level, we know what his upbringing has been, and we know how devout his father is because his father spent his whole life looking for the Grail. So he comes from a very practiced Christian background.
I hadn't considered that. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're way more steeped in the Indiana Jones lore than I am, but
he's just probably what I would say is. But because he's also a historian, it's very easy to become a history buff when you grow up through the Catholic thing because there's so much history that they throw at you, right? So then when you come out through the other side of all that, it's very easy to see someone become an academic historian or an archaeologist or something.
Well, and I feel that's absolutely fair. You think about that. You think you've studied the lore, you know the history. And you start to wonder, is there something in that? Could there be, could there be something more? And then you start seeing, Nazis getting their faces melted off and all that kind of crap.
It's like, kind of a turning.
Well, maybe there's really something to this.
Right. Yeah. Your Tuesdays after that wouldn't ever be the same. Exactly.
Well, and I think about people like Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
I don't think that Graham Hancock is necessarily... I have no idea if he has any religious convictions.
Sure.
But he knows history and he is open to, let's face it, a true scientific methodology.
Yes.
You don't presume anything.
Right.
Everything is possible.
Yes.
And every bit of data could point to something, regardless if it sounds implausible.
Right.
What is the truth? The truth is the truth, regardless of your belief in it.
Right. Exactly. And
the older I get, it's kind of weird. I kind of come full circle. I go from from a very naive pure belief, because that's what I was taught, to an agnosticism, to I don't know, man. It seems like there's more in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in our philosophy.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and this is what I've come from experience, right?
Right.
And then you start, down the rabbit holes of YouTube, of alternate realities and multiple dimensions, and it's like, what, we may have tapped into something, we call it religion, but it's this actual kind of thing, who knows. But I think it's the height of arrogance to think that things absolutely don't exist because they seem implausible to us. That just seems so Graham Hancock is a Christian?
No,
Okay.
charlatan. He's saying charlatan.
Oh, charlatan. I'm sorry. You should watch Professor Dave's. I don't know who Professor Dave's is. Takedown of him. Okay. Second.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Hey, let me tell you something. If Graham Hancock is a charlatan or a con man, it is the most inefficient con of all time.
Because he is gaining nothing from it.
Gaining
That's
nothing.
Exactly
He's been
right.
Nobody does a con for 45 years. Like this. Like, give me a break. Like,
I would encourage everybody to be as open-minded as possible, because your brains won't fall out. I promise you.
Yeah.
I think people have a tendency to look for simple answers, and the world is not simple answers.
Right.
There is, again, I think the Bard knew what he was talking about when he said there is more in heaven and on earth than is dreamt of in your philosophy.
Right.
There is more than you see. Be open to it. And if you, of all the truths in the world, if you choose one and follow it exclusively,
right,
the truth becomes a lie.
Right.
And you become a fanatic.
Right.
That is my opinion of things.
And
be open-minded about everything.
We live in this weird postmodern society where people think they don't realize that they're getting mad about a disagreement, and they take the disagreement to the level of, well, because I don't agree with this person is a con man. And the reason I know that is because it's happened to me like 50 times.
Oh yeah, they've said absolutely that Michael from Retro Blasting said this, and you're like, no, I didn't. I never said that.
I never said that. And even if it's just a basic disagreement, they're like, Michael's a con man. He's a charlatan. He's this. He's that. He's deliberately trying to hoodwink us. And I'm like, all I said was that Transformers were fragile toys, that kind of stuff. That's all
exactly
I said.
Right.
Like, you're taking a disagreement and you're making it like a conspiracy.
My biggest concern is talking about Graham Hancock and then saying you should check out this other guy who talks about him.
Right.
I would spend more time paying attention to what Graham Hancock says.
Yes.
And make sure you understand what he says.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people out there talking about Graham Hancock, saying he said things that he has never said. That he believes things that he has never said.
Right.
This idea that he believes in some antediluvian absolutism, that, whatever. He's just saying, what does the evidence say?
Right.
Is it possible that there was, and most archaeologists say, well, if there was something before a certain period, we wouldn't know about it.
Right.
So he's like, consider the possibility that there were advanced. Now, I don't mean like, they had computers and spaceships,
right?
But they had mathematics and the ability to build pyramids and things like that before what we consider, in out of Africa, the first invention of fire. It's possible. Consider that.
They also had what he speculates are not technological the way we think of it, but alternate lost knowledge on how to do very specific things like lifting large stones and architecture and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
real quick, I want to say hi to Peter Venkman's girl, the Peter Venkman fan site, because I always love seeing you here. What? You hate waffles? Lynn Green stopping in to say, wow, still live? I'm starting the stream and heading to bed. I'm starting the stream and heading to bed. Hope you all have a great night. Oh, take care, Lynn. You know how you do. You can always catch on the rewatch. You certainly can. I remember reading Josephus, the Antiquities of the Jews from the 1st century AD a couple years ago. Yeah. Samuel Proctor is our resident, historian. He's reading through the Odyssey and the Iliad right now too. It begins with mostly the same Genesis, but then it gets to Exodus and has some extra stuff about Moses's time as a prince of Egypt, where he's an Egyptian conqueror with a whole dramatic love with the Pharaoh's daughter before he left. And I go thinking, did you read this, Demile? I got to tell you, one of the things I struggle with when it comes to scripture is the Apocrypha. What decides whether or not something is considered canon or not when it comes to that kind of stuff? I'm a strong believer. Read the Apocrypha because it exists, and then decide for yourself what fits together and what doesn't, and what's more plausible.
Yeah, a lot of those books, some of them, like the books of Nicodemus, were medieval sort of like add-ons, but a lot of them were from back in the day. They just got audited out, and then they got, increasingly audited out. Like the King James version deleted like 2 more books centuries later. It's crazy.
Well, let me put it to you this way. This has been my conviction. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you always have these people that come along and say, this is when the end of the world is going to come. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, Netter and I even had this situation. Some Jehovah's Witnesses came to the house and wanted to, proselytize us and stuff. And I think I kind of freaked them out because I invited them in and I said, oh, you want to study the Bible? That's great. Did you have something you wanted to share with me, or did you want me to share something with you? Because I could go either way.
Right.
And they were shocked. They were like, we did have a study we wanted to share with you. I'm like, okay, great. Let me get my Bible. Right. And they're like, well, what version of the Bible is it? I said, you know what? I said, let me share something with you. And I turned to a passage.
Right.
And I said, all scripture is God breathed. And suitable for, teaching and correcting and so forth.
Actually, if I recall, you tell them, well, we've got the New International Version.
I did say New International Standard. I said, look,
King James Version, we got this version.
I said, I have whatever version you want. I said, but I'm working from this one because this is my preference. I said, but I believe all scripture is God breathed. So I believe that God is all powerful and he is capable of teaching me through his word.
Right.
So regardless of what version I'm working with, I think he's gonna, in the long run, work out, my faith.
Right.
And they're like, okay, use your version, and they take us through this study that they do. It's very interesting. The study that they do is very much one of these when the end times is coming. And they want to prove their bona fides by proving when the end of the world is coming.
Uh-huh.
And they go through all this stuff in Daniel, all this stuff in Revelations, blah, 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 blah. And I just sat and I looked at each scripture. That's very interesting. So what do you think about that? They said. I said, let me tell you, I'm a little confused by all these days of weeks and all the mathematics you're doing. I said, but let me share a scripture with you. I said, go with me to Acts 1. Mm-hmm. I said, and it said that the apostles went to Jesus and they said, Lord, will you now bring about the new Jerusalem that was promised to our forefathers. And Jesus said to them, it is not for you to know the times and the dates set by the Father's own authority, but you will know the truth when the Spirit comes in power. I said, I don't understand any of what you said about when the end of the world is coming. I said, but I look at this and it says I don't need to know when the end of the world is coming. What I need to know is that I could die today.
Right.
I need to have myself, I need to have my shit on straight.
Right.
And they're like, well, do you go to a church? Yeah, we belong to a church. Okay, well, we don't want to. And then they were eager to get out of there.
Of course.
They did not want to.
Of course.
And I never thought this was so funny. She to this day still laughs about it.
You had him in a biblical headlock. Like
I did.
Yeah.
There was no, but because honestly, I think I knew the scripture better than they did. They were kind of at a loss.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something about their interpretation of scripture and mine. Every version of the Bible that I have,
right,
in Acts 1 says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Right.
That's the translation from the Greek.
Right.
Right. The Word, and if you really dig into it and get into all the extra biblical, studies, the Word that they're referring to is Jesus himself.
Right.
The Word was with God and the Word was God.
Right.
He was the Word made flesh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put that aside for a second.
Right.
The Jehovah's Witnesses translation says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. That is a very different translation than every other translation. And I have gone back to the original Greek.
Right.
And talked to people that I don't know historic Greek, but I've talked to people that do, and they're like, yeah, it's very specific. What this Acts 1 says is that Jesus was God.
Right.
This is true to the Protestants. This is true to the Catholics. Any Christian is going to believe that based on the original translation.
Right.
It takes a special kind of reworking,
right,
to assume there is another God besides God.
Right. Right.
I'm sorry if anyone here listening is a Jehovah's Witness. I'll happy to debate it with you, but
I just love it when I can hear another story about somebody who schools people who are trying to school you, because
yeah.
Dude, okay, so
and playing dumb too, because I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying, but this scripture tells me this,
right?
And I take solace in that.
While we're sharing these kind of stories, this one I think this is a good one for you. I think you'll enjoy this one. So I'm at a small sci-fi convention helping out a friend who's an actor who's signing. Right, I'm at his table.
I bet I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and so he was off looking around, and I was just kind of sitting there chilling. My friend Daniel comes up. Daniel is a Doctor Who guy. He always brings us little TARDIS everywhere with him.
Cool.
And yeah, he builds TARDISes, so he's like talking to me.
Awesome.
There's an actor.
Netter's after me to build a full-size TARDIS.
I don't blame her. I mean, he got it, Netter. So there's an actor at the table next to my friend's table. Mm-hmm. And he's like a New Yorker type guy, whatever. So I'm sitting there talking to Daniel, and he's talking to me about his TARDIS, and he goes, I don't know if I did this real well. He goes, this is like my third one, but I still don't think I'm there. I said, I think you did a pretty good job. He goes, it's not that. Daniel's very self-effacing, whatever.
Yes, he is.
And I said, Daniel, you were doing something I certainly can't do. I mean, carpentry, which is the most revered and most ancient, profession ever. And he was like, I don't know about that. I said, the Bible says so, and suddenly from out of nowhere, this guy next to me, because I was the closest to him, like the chairs on my right were empty because my friend had gone, but I was closest to this dude's chair. And suddenly he goes, well, he just turns around and he goes, that depends on which person's Bible you're reading, And I kind of looked over and he was like, he's like, because I can tell you this, he's like, there isn't that much carpentry going on in my version of the Bible, my Old Testament, whatever. And I went, actually, there's more carpentry in your Old Testament Torah than anywhere in the New Testament. And he's like, what?
Double check. Yeah, go back and look at it. Yeah.
I said, dude, and I looked right at him, and I had multiple examples I could have given, but I just laser focused on one. I said, dude, your book has a literal IKEA flat pack set of instructions for how to build the Ark of the Covenant. All right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Out of what kind of wood?
Right.
What kind of wood?
Every single measurement, every single dimension.
Yes.
I said, do I even need to mention the boat with animals? Like, are we
right?
All the other book does, yeah.
Yes.
The other book just basically has a G.I. Joe file card that this guy is a carpenter, and that's it. I'm like, your book is literally giving out old Yankee workshop instructions on how to build stuff.
Yes,
like,
you're absolutely right.
And you saw him just kind of like sitting there, and I was just like, I don't know what
you didn't read your Bible.
You read your book.
Didn't read your Bible. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
6 says Psalm 82:6 refers to gods. So couldn't there be a credible reference to a god? Well, you've got to be very clear when you're talking about translations. Yes, the Bible talks about multiple gods. Other cultures had other gods. In fact, the Ten Commandments says you shall have no other gods besides me. So the Judeo-Christian God does acknowledge that there are other gods out there that you might follow. However, I'm talking specifically about Acts 1 that has a very specific line that says that in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was God. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Not a God, not someone other than God, but specifically the God. When we're talking translation, you have to be very, very specific. You could talk about what they could mean, but someone who understands the language is going to tell you, I'm sorry, this is what it actually means. And you have to do, you have to be willing to put that kind of effort into it, unless you're willing to just accept somebody else's word. And I'm sorry, I can't stand before my Creator and say, well, my pastor told me da 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 da. And God's going to say to me, yeah, but what did I say in my word?
I just think it's funny that this guy is sitting here saying, oh, Noah's Ark is my favorite biblical story. But then he's like crapping on Graham Hancock. Like, what? Like, you'll believe that, but you won't take this guy into account? Oh my God, what are we doing? Like,
I'm just saying that you need to always take the entirety of Scripture into now, and yeah, no, that's true. 6 is a girl, not a guy, but there's no way to tell that.
Look, we're Gen X. Guy is a generic term. It doesn't mean anything.
That's true. That is true too. But really,
here's what I've learned. You're difficult. So that's what I've learned. Not you, Troy.
She does have strong opinions, and I love. That's one of the things I actually love about 6. So don't get me wrong about that. But yes, you do need to and even putting religion aside, translation means something. You really do need to and this is why I don't know if you know this particular channel, Michael, but the Metatron is you know his channel. He's a polyglot, and he's a Christian, and he's a very devout Christian, but he puts that aside for the sake of intellectual honesty when it comes to translation, because translation.
I'm going to say one last thing here, and then I'm going to sign out. All right. So Sagacious has just said I'm being a jerk. All right. I wasn't the one that started in crapping on Graham Hancock when I know for a fact you haven't read his books. All right?
Right.
I've followed Graham Hancock for 40 years. All right? And you're sitting here telling me that I'm the jerk when you're the one that's trying to be contrary about everything we've been talking about for the last 40 minutes. All right? I don't know anything about you. I don't know who you are. And oddly, I can only see your comments here in the dashboard. I cannot see them in the actual YouTube live chat for whatever reason. So
she's probably on Netter's channel.
She
That's
is.
why, and you're on my channel.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and be called a jerk by somebody I have no.
No, I agree.
Oh, and now she's saying my feelings are hurt. I'm out, man. I'm out.
No, that's absolutely fair. And Six, he's absolutely right. You probably have not actually paid attention to what Graham Hancock himself has said. You are paying attention to what other people have said about him. Always go to your primary source before you start making aspersions.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the birthday.
Guys, that
What was that deleted?
I said, neutral corners, guys, please.
Yes, and thank you very much, Six, for the birthday.
I'm not the one sitting here calling people jerks and calling people triggered and saying people.
Yeah, you are the one. Let's be honest, Six. You are the one making it personal, and you don't need to do that. So let's be fair. I love Andre. He is good people, but I don't agree with him about 100% of the things he says. I think he misses things too. So nobody is perfect.
Also, Andre is a big fan of Graham.
Yes, he is. That is absolutely true. But and you're friends with Andre too. You've had more contact with Andre than I have.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Andre.
He's one of the people I'll never probably meet him in my lifetime, but he's one of the people that I would like to meet before I die, if I could. I don't think that's a possibility, but
who, Andre?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get to those Scandinavian countries.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to get out. It's hard to travel these days. It really does cost a lot of money. It's
brutal. It's absolutely brutal.
Netter, can you say hi to Samuel Proctor? He's afraid that I am keeping you from speaking up.
No, if I want to talk, I'll just interrupt Troy like he interrupts everybody else.
Am I interrupting? I'm sorry.
Yes, you keep interrupting Michael when he's talking.
Sorry.
I don't care if Troy interrupts me.
I do. It's rude.
Netter's on me. She gets on me.
And you were raised better than that, Troy.
I know. I have been. I do tend to interrupt and talk more when I've been drinking. That's absolutely true. But anyway. And actually, I also realized too, I've probably gone way too long. We've been without Boomer for so long. That tells you how long we've gone over the usual stream length. Pit Sniper is saying, I enjoy the multiple conversations. Well, yeah, this is like rapid fire type stuff here. It's actually a lot of fun. So I'm gonna start winding this down because I've had a lot to drink. I'm getting tired. I know Netter is tired, and I have probably imposed on everyone way too long. But deleted. You haven't had a lot to say. I would love to know what you've got coming up this week that you want to share with the stream before we wrap up.
Alrighty. Well, I have Unscripted coming back at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Reserved Seats 11 p.m. Sunday. Hopefully, I'll have a guest lined up by then. If not, then it's just going to be me for an hour and a half. So
there you go.
Let's see. Tuesday, of course, live from Sparkwood in 21, which is either going to be episode 99 or episode 100, depending on if we count the first time we discussed even doing the show as a 100th episode. So
fair enough.
And then let's see. Thursday, hopefully Action Theater will return. Because I was down on Thursday, we didn't get a chance to do the show. So we are coming back with that, and then let's see. I think I'm going to be on this thing with you on the 12th with Tron Ares, I guess.
Oh, are you joining us for that?
It looks like I might be.
Awesome! No,
We'll
that's
see.
great. That's great. No, that'll be great. I'm going to be as open minded about it as I can. I really
Yeah,
will.
and of course the members night. Do we have a movie set up there yet, or what's the
I
deal?
haven't checked to see what people have decided and what's winning the poll right
Oh,
now.
there's a
I
poll.
can look.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. So I had asked people. Well, it was actually, do you want to see Tenet or do you want to see something else? And I don't know what because if you guys choose something else, I'll just pick my own movie, and it could be Tenet. Who knows?
Okay, give me just a minute. I'm almost
Netter's
there.
going to check it out to
Okay.
see what we're watching on Monday. So there you go. You are a VIP member, so you will be in the panel for
in
that.
show. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
It says there's 13 votes, but I can't see what the votes are.
Really?
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry. I haven't voted yet. That's why.
Oh, yeah, you need to vote. So
Okay. Because I voted for the only real option there was. It's now 57% Tenant, 43% anything else.
So unless we get some more votes from members in the next 24 hours or so, we're going to be watching Tenet on Monday.
Oh, fair
And
enough.
if I change my vote, it's 50-50.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, someone be a tiebreaker. I just made it 50-50.
There you go. Anything else deleted?
Well, no. Coming attractions after Thursday things. That'll be at 11 p.m. on Thursday. I do know I'm going to be doing an episode of Films with Friends with Big Al Presents coming up, and because he has not announced a film yet, I'm not going to say. I know what it's going to be, but he hasn't officially announced. So
Fair enough.
I'll keep that for right now. But it's going to be a fun one. I assure you
Good.
that. Let's see. Yeah, and then I have some stuff coming up on my channel, some reviews. I've been meaning to do. I still have my 10 best and worst of the year videos to do. Wilkie's Movies and Music is going to be joining me for that this year. It's just a matter of
Good.
when we can pin down the schedule and actually do that.
I'm glad because he's had a
Yeah.
great year.
Yes. And he's also one of the few people I know who is actually really seen anything this year. So
I agree.
yeah. So yeah, we will.
Awesome.
We'll go from there.
Cool. Michael, as if I didn't already know, what have you got coming up this in the near future?
Finishing up King Solomon's Mines, the story so far, which is a big feature video about
Yes, it is.
the history of King Solomon's Mines by H. Rider
Guys,
Hammett.
you're gonna love this. I have seen some of the previews of it. If you are at all an Indiana Jones fan and you don't know what King Solomon's Mines is, you need to check out Michael's videos. Video coming out real soon.
And then I've got Irons in the Fire. I don't have a lot of time left between now and when I leave for Egypt. So I'm hoping I can get one more video in after King Solomon's Mines gets done. I don't know what that's going to be, and there might be the opportunity to. There's this interview that I did with John Penman of Penman Hats, so I might get that in there as well since that's already been shot. But that's really kind of what's on the docket. I'm trying to get 1 to 3 videos finished before I leave. So,
and you're considering the possibility that you might make it to MegaCon, in irrespective of that trip to Egypt.
Right, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome
Mhm.
because if nothing else, at least Netter and I could meet with you face to face, have dinner with you.
Sure.
That actually brings up a whole other thing, guys. We've talked about Netter and I going to MegaCon in March. we are planning to actually be at MegaCon itself on the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean before we bought tickets?
Physically
for
at the convention, yeah.
The Friday.
So we'll be walking around the convention on Friday. Saturday, we are going to Epic Universe.
Well,
so we are going to be doing Harry Potter and the Dark Universe, those two worlds, because we're not really interested in the other stuff. But we'll be walking around and keep checking out the other channels that you follow in our sphere to see if, for example, Geeks and Gamers has a get together one of those nights. We'll probably be at that. So it would be great to meet you guys face to face. That would be really, really awesome if you can make it. And did I cut you off, Michael? Was there anything else that you want to share? Okay.
No.
Then Netter, what have you got coming up that you want to share?
Tomorrow night we're going to be watching Green Lantern over on Retro Cinema.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Yes, I was going to wear my Green Lantern costume and, to go along with the film, but since we haven't done cosplay in a while, I have it packed away and I can't get to it.
Get to it. Yeah, I understand.
So no Green Lantern costume for me, but my avatar will be my Green Lantern because I do have a picture of me in my costume.
In Metropolis, Illinois.
Yes, in Metropolis, Illinois, holding a Pez dispenser.
Which is Green Lantern.
Well, it was actually kind of funny because when I was there, there was this little boy that came up to me and says, "You're not the Green Lantern, you're a girl." And I said, "Oh, honey, I'm Haley Jordan. I'm Hal's cousin." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I had mind of a small child. And I happened to have a Pez dispenser with me that was Green Lantern. And I pulled back the head and said, "You want a piece of me?" And he just went to the biggest smile and took a piece of the Pez candy before skipping away.
All right. So Green Lantern on Saturday. What else? What's coming up on Thursday?
Thursday, my special guest will be Wilkie's Movies and Music. I'll be talking about what he's been up to lately, and he got monetized not too long ago, so we're going to see how that's going for him.
That's awesome. Looking forward to that. Lady Miss, thank you so much for $7.76. I'm trying to figure out if there's a numeric reason for that. That's a wild value, but thank you so much for that. That I really do appreciate.
Maybe that's how much was needed to put all those different emojicons in.
Maybe, but thank you. Those your emojis are always very encouraging. Thank you, Peter Venkman's girl, who says, "Great show, Troy. Thank you so much." And have a fabulous birthday weekend, says Lady Miss. Thank you. Okay, once around the horn. Last words, starting with Michael. Any last words before we wrap it up?
Not really. I'm just happy to be here.
Are you? Are you really?
I'm happy to be here for you and Netter, yeah.
I appreciate that. Oh, we got the farty fox from Lady Miss. Thank you so much. Since I didn't hear it chime in my ear, that's got to be on your channel. So there you go.
Yep.
Deleted. Last words.
He's in the bathroom.
Muted. Deleted. Is he?
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Muted. All right. As I once again thank you, Troy, for putting up with me as usual. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And here's to many more. And as I thank you to everybody in the chat for being here, keeping it lively. Some of you a little livelier than others, but
yes,
it's how it is sometimes. And as I always say and of course, Michael, I think I don't remember if this is the first time I've been on with you or not, but
I've been well aware of you for quite a while, so I know that we've sort of circled
Sort
He's
of,
had his
yeah,
eye on
I
you.
do.
He's had his
Yeah.
eye on you.
Oh, I just mean that your name is not unknown to me. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yes.
And your videos, especially of Dial a Dysentery, or whatever you want to call it, and of Rogue One in particular was very eye
Oh,
opening.
that was great.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, both I think among the best videos I've seen on YouTube, period, since I've been here. And
Oh, that's very
that's
cool.
not
Literally
that's not
great
me.
documentaries.
Yes, very much so. And I suggest that anybody who has not yet watched those videos to please do so.
Oh, thank you. I
Um,
really appreciate that.
Indeed. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
And Netter, last thoughts, last words.
Of course, I want to thank everyone that came by tonight to encourage Troy with all the birthday wishes and like super chats and all that. You guys are way too generous. Thank you so much for all that. And of course, I want to thank Lady Miss for my farty fast, because she knows that always makes me laugh. But thank you all just so much. You are our family. I'm always saying that, and I'm always very happy to share this time with my family. So thank you again for being here, and thank you for encouraging my husband. I really do appreciate that. You all are Osmo.
So, just a reminder to everybody, I had a goal of 100 members by the end of the year. We made it. YouTube was about a week late in recognizing that. Check out the community tab for my acknowledgement of that. But now I just think it's fair to shoot for 200 members by the end of 2026. And I'm going to put out a very interesting promise. If I can get to 200 members, I will do a live stream. I will get back into my entire Klingon armor and makeup for a live stream if we hit 200 members. I'm mentioning it to you guys first. I'll mention it again throughout the year, but that is my goal before 2026. Kartan the Klingon cleric will be making a return in person. Yes.
I forgot something. I have a poll up on my channel for my members
Okay.
of what we're going to be doing our next members only night. Please make sure you go there and vote. Right now we've got trivia at 56% and exclusive movie rewatch at 44%.
So you guys might be getting a trivia night over on Netter's Network. Make sure you're subscribed and you're members over there. Guys, make sure you're subscribed to everyone here on the panel. Make sure you're subscribed to everyone in the description who makes this channel possible, whose names will be coming up momentarily in the closing credits. I want to thank you all so much for encouraging me today on my birth. Well, yesterday was my birthday, but thank you for encouraging me today and encouraging me on every stream that I do. I keep doing this because you guys keep coming back. If you guys keep coming back, I assume you like what I'm doing, so I must be doing okay. So thank you so much. You guys take care of yourselves. And I mean that. Take care of yourselves. I want you to be around for as long as possible. Stay hydrated, drink responsibly, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care.
Good night, ladies. Good night, sir. Hit it, sweetheart.
The neon lights are fading, closing time is near. Whispers in the corners, secrets shared sincere. The bartender's polishing the final glass. Time slips away like moving through the grass. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more round, friends, from me and you. Let's toast to the night, to the stories we've spun. Here's to the laughter and to what's begun. The shadows are dancing as we linger still. Every clink of a glass, a memory to distill. Beneath this smoky haze, our feelings they unfurl. A tapestry of whispers in this corner of the world. The jukebox serenades us with a final tune, crooning to the lonely and the lovers under the moon. With every soft note, the end draws ever near. But in this fleeting moment, there's nothing to fear. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One